It's your man.
BeatStars.com.
I'm gonna give niggas like 3 more minutes, and then I'm start the show.
BeatStars.com. 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 BeatStars.com.
We're gonna play a game tonight, fellas. Duck, duck, Schofield.
BeatStars.com.
What's going on with everybody tonight? Nigga Punch in the building. Feeling good, live in the hood, live and direct, ready to get it cracking, ready to get it smacking, and ready to lay into these duck, duck gooses. Now it's time. It is time. We got his ass, y'all. We finally got him. Oh, we got that Floyd Schofield Senior, motherfucker. Senior, Schofield Senior, whatever you want to call that nigga. We got you. We got you. We already had you after the Shakur Stevenson fight, but we really got your motherfucking ass now. Shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV, because, you know, I ain't been able to keep up on the boxing news lately, but I caught my man's video today. Caught that shit, fam. I caught that shit. He was touching on some pretty solid points, man. I can't wait for you to come up here so we can flame broil this nigga together, because you, Floyd Schofield, look like you ain't really too. And shout out to Heavy, because he touched on this point too. The nigga don't look like you too you know too much about the boxing business, nigga, because I could have swear if you knock a nigga like Abdullah Mason off the rise that he's on right now, could you imagine the stratosphere of stardom your son will get into? He would be an instant star if he come out there and wash Abdullah Mason, especially after you called the nigga out. I don't remember hearing Abdullah Mason's camp say your name. I don't think I ever said I want to fight Kid Austin. I don't think I ever heard the nigga say that. I mean, I could be tripping, but I could have swore I ain't never heard that. Now all of a sudden, you calling a nigga out his name out of the blue, same way you did Shakur Stevenson. You called the nigga name out, and then shit got real. And then what happened? What happened when you called the nigga name out? You called Shakur Stevenson out, talked all that shit, talked your way into the fight, got the fight, made. I think I looked into the particulars of what you got paid because you said you wanted $2.5 million to fight Abdullah Mason. So of course, a nigga like me who be always pocket watching you niggas, I have to see what you was gonna make against Shakur Stevenson because if you wasn't making nowhere near $2 million for Shakur Stevenson, there was no way in hell you was gonna get that for Abdullah Mason. So of course, naturally that I'm going to check it out, and they offered you 1.2 to 1.5 million dollars. So that's not even close to $2.5 million. So you tried to outprice yourself from the gate, right? That's what that was, right? That was you outpricing yourself because you already knew they wasn't going to offer you that. So you got a solid offer. You know what I mean? This is the word. This is coming out of the horse's mouth. Schofield Senior. You got a solid offer of $1 million. Solid offer for you to fight Abdullah Mason. They said, all right, well, you want to smoke here? Here's the deal. Now, that's just the first offer on the table. That's probably not the final offer. That's just to start the negotiations, right? You want to fight him, right? But you don't want to start the negotiations to fight him. That's where the duck shit come out. That's where you look like a fucking duck again. First, you got a mystery illness. Your son got a mystery illness out of nowhere before he supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson, was going to be the biggest fight of his life. But we all knew what was going to happen. Shakur was going to whoop his motherfucking ass, and nobody gave your son a chance in hell winning. And then when the lights got too bright, you faked the fucking illness and pulled out. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You faked it. Nigga, you faked it. You and the ball. Y'all both was about to get cooked. And again, y'all seen it happening. I'm keeping it 100. Now, I don't care what you can say it's or y'all motherfuckers should have been watching what y'all was eating. Can't say a motherfucking point. Whatever. Fucking point is, both you niggas didn't show up when y'all was supposed to show up, nigga. Excuses is excuses, nigga. Upset stomach, all that shit. I don't go fuck. Michael Jordan dropped 50 points with the flu. So that's bullshit, nigga. You niggas is sellouts. But anyway, I'm digressing. Where I was going with the whole thing is that, nigga, you always talk yourself into these fights I don't know who's doing it. You or your son, but you always seem to be the main one talking. You always talk yourself up into these fights. And then when they start to become a reality, you find a way to weasel out, bro. That's duck shit. That's duck shit. You can't keep on saying your son is top this and top that, nigga, and you asking for money that world champions don't get. How you gonna ask for $2.5 million world champions? Some world champions don't make that, bro. I mean, that's not a secret, Everybody kind of knows that, like, yeah, everybody, like, boxing is a fickle game, and these motherfuckers ain't really making as much money as you thinking, man. Can't tell you, man. We that's a conversation we done had a million times. I ain't even trying to have it again. But the point of the situation is that, nigga, you keep on talking yourself into these fights with these motherfuckers, and then when they become a reality, nigga, you find a way to weasel out. So your excuse for weaseling out of the Abdullah Mason fight is Oscar offered you a five fight deal for $5 million, so $1 million a fight, right? Basically, right? $1 million a fight. So, but you just turned down $1 million. It don't make sense to me. I mean, that's confusing because if you take the Abdullah Mason fight and you somehow by some miracle beat this nigga, do you understand the level of fame? Because everybody got Abdullah tagged as the next one up. Like, yeah, not Cormel, not everybody else, not Emilio Vargas, but I personally think, this is just my opinion, some people ain't gonna like it. You know what I mean? But I personally think that Emilio Vargas will beat the shit out of Abdullah Mason. That's just me. But I think, yeah, I think that Vargas kid is really the truth. Like, better than Abdullah. I'm sorry. I know some people might not like that, but it just is what it is. That's my opinion, man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Abdullah Mason ain't the truth, but that nigga got a glass jaw. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not sold on the nigga jaw. I'm not sold on it at all. Not at all. But I think he could beat Floyd Schofield. I think Floyd Schofield's overrated. I think he's a great fighter. It reminds me of Sean Porter a lot, but nigga, he don't really got. He looked like he hit hard, but he don't really be getting niggas out of there the way he's supposed to. And like I said, he keep pulling out of his biggest fights. When after the Shakur Stevenson shit, I lost a lot of respect. And now, because you call a nigga out, then you get the offer, and then you still don't. Yeah, where was that? Oh yeah, like after the whole Shakur Stevenson shit, you lost my respect because you keep calling these niggas out, and then y'all keep weaseling out of these fights, bro. So a 5-fight deal for $5 million. That's not really a nice excuse to turn down fighting one of the top, if probably the top prospect in the sport right now. Literally, everybody's calling you a prospect. You know what I mean? So you should come out and wash him. But you say you're not. You say your son's not a prospect. Because when Oscar De La Hoya called your son a prospect, you lost your fucking mind. So saying your son's not a prospect, all right? So you should wash Abdullah. Like Floyd, so Kid Austin should wash Abdullah Mason, right? You should wash him. He shouldn't even be in this category, right? It's like putting Abdullah Mason in the ring with Shakur Stevenson right now, right? Same shit. That's the level you say you on, right? So if you on that level, why not take the fight, nigga? Fuck that. Give me that million, I'll beat his ass, nigga, and then nigga now I can name my number because I just took out one of the top names in the sport. This is how it works, nigga. Not getting bogged down by a fucking big ass deal by a promoter. Promoters love to bog you down and lowball you, bro. Like that didn't sound like the greatest deal. When you hear niggas like Canelo signing 4 fights for 500 million and shit, like you know when you hear, I understand you ain't on that level yet, but you see what I'm talking about though? 5 years for 5 million, that's $1 million a fight. Why not take this fight? You kind of made yourself look stupid saying that there, bro. You made yourself look scared. Made yourself look like a duck. You made yourself look soft. You made and I understand like sometimes these dads be controlling their sons' careers and they be avoiding tough opponents. You know what I mean? Trying to get them rich without getting them hurt. I understand that, bro. But you're talking your way into these motherfucking fights, so I have zero sympathy for you. Zero. I don't care, nigga. What is that? Oh, I don't care about what illness or what excuse you come up with. In my opinion, you're a duck. Like I don't care if you're talking for your son, so he's a duck. Like you're the nigga speaking for him because the niggas want quiet ass motherfuckers. You know me, don't really do much talking. But when he do, he try to talk shit, but he don't even sound right talking shit. So you're the one talking out shit. You're the one setting up all these fights. You're the one calling out these fighters. So you're making your son look soft. I don't know if nigga y'all calling these niggas out and then reality setting in later, or y'all doing film and seeing that, oh shit, man, everything we good at this nigga could take away. I don't know what's going on, but you niggas, you need to really stop doing that shit because you're giving me too much fuel. And I've been waiting. I've been sitting back and waiting to roast you. I've been waiting to roast your ass for a long time, bro. And I don't care about all that weird ass shit that you got caught on video doing to your wife. That's just some other whole shit. But I'm talking about the calling top fighters out, and then when they respond with contracts, you weasel out. Because I thought, oh, the Shakur Stevenson shit, this something was going to get exposed in that fight. You knew it. I knew it. Everybody knew it. Like, except for your most avid fans. GMT, what up, now, nigga? DJ, what's going on? I'm saying all the guys in the chat right now. 913, what up, niggas? What's going on with y'all? We say Ford only 22 years old. So what? So what, DJ? Nigga, you keep on talking yourself into these big-ass fights and pulling out when it's time, bro. Nigga's a duck, bro. There's no more excuses. The Shakur Stevenson shit was eyebrow-raising. The Abdullah Mason shit, nigga, you're scared. Period. Nigga, you called a nigga out, said, give me 2.5 million. So you already outpriced yourself. You wasn't getting that. You was not getting that. Everybody knew you wasn't getting that. World champions don't get that. Nigga, some don't. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Nigga, you ain't getting that. Nigga, something. Yeah, right. Nigga. So you knew you wasn't getting that. So that's already one. Like, that's already one. Nigga, that's duck one. And then duck two, you talk about, nigga, oh, they offered us $1 million, but we got a 5-fight. But Oscar offered us a 5-fight, $5 million deal with bigger plans. How is bigger plans than beating the top prospect in the world? You say your son's not a prospect. Your son's in the same category as Shakur Stevenson and all them, right? Well, nigga, you should wash Abdullah Mason. Kid Austin should wash him using that analogy, right? But we all know the truth, even though I do think Abdullah Mason got a glass jaw. But I think he'll beat the shit out of Kid Austin. He's too sharp. The skill level, he's just way better skills. It just is what it is, man. Like, but you understand this, the level of fame, like that level that you say you're at, you'll get to that level if you could beat him. You would have got to that level if you could have beat Shakur Stevenson, but you wasn't going to beat Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson was going to beat the fuck out of your son. He was going to smash him. Let's keep it 100. It was going to get real ugly. All the my DJs in the building. on, brother? How you been?
G'day, Punch. Hey, listen,
How you feeling?
when I when I say only 22, you're reading that the wrong way. That's he's got time. Even if he does take an L, he's got time to rebuild his brand
Oh, all
at
right. That's what you meant.
22.
I thought you was using his age and excuse because he's saying dumb shit because a young motherfucker. That's what I thought you were talking about. You like, oh, he
Oh
still got
no,
the chance
look,
even if you lose. I get you.
no, you and I were expected to think and behave like adults at 22. Why wouldn't Floyd be any different? So look, the
That's
other
true.
part about it, the other part about it is, just clarify it for me. Is it 5 million for 5 years with Oscar, or 5 million for 5 fights?
5 million for like 5 million for 5 years. So basically five
Right. So,
fights, basically.
well,
Or they could just
that,
string him out and be paying him like 250 a fight, shit like that. So they could make that last real long.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I
So
mean?
it could be 5 million over 5 years for 18
Like,
fights. Who
swear they
knows?
could just really pay him like 500,000 here, 250 for this guy, 300 for this guy. Yeah, they could do that to him. They could and string him out like a motherfucker. That's what I mean by I say they give you these fucking deals that really they sound like they solid fights, but then you think about it like how you just did, like man, it might not be $1 million a fight, so you can end up fighting 9 fights.
Well, and I had this conversation with Heavy, right? I'll let him say his piece. I think he's intending to come, but he was just
Oh yeah,
having a
he's coming.
feed.
Yeah, he'll be
He
here.
was eating or doing something. But look, um, there's a couple of things that don't make sense to me. Well, do they make sense? I don't know. So there's a couple of things that stick out to me. The failure, and look, I don't want to cast any aspersions, but the failure not to fight Shakur on a Riyadh season, forget about how much that particular fight was worth.
Huge
How,
opportunity.
how much would have that relationship with Turkey and Riyadh season have been worth? Because we know that if you perform and lose on Turkey's card, he'll invite you back.
He'll
So you
invite
get
you
a
back.
second payday or you
Yeah,
get a third payday, right?
yeah. We
So,
have a Wilder.
yeah. So it's not a one and done deal with Turkey unless you just don't perform or you just don't turn up. Um, there's part of me that could look at all the photos that Floyd was sending from hospital that's trying to oversell something. Man, if the dude's sick, give him time to recover and put him on a plane and bring him home. I don't need to see him in a hospital. From a boxing fan, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're fully fit or you're really unwell. Um, who's Shakur going to fight after it? Because I've already paid for the pay per view. So who am I going to get in your replacement?
Seriously.
Um, and I understand it's what it's Top Rank that offered the $1 million
Yeah,
to
yeah.
right.
You know, Bob Bur. That's like a unspoken rule about Bob Burham. He loves his $1 million contracts.
So are you a harsh critic? When I say a harsh critic, so there's been plenty of people that have got knocked down in their career as they're getting started, right? So I thought I heard you say that Abdullah's got a glass jaw.
Yeah, I
For
said that.
me, For me, a glass jaw means that you get knocked down, you're not getting back up. You get knocked out. That's a glass jaw for me. But if you get knocked down and you get back up after so many people and go on to win that fight, for me that's not really a glass jaw.
I think anybody who go down like constantly in fights got glass jaws. Now I remember that was only Abdullah's first time going down, but I think if he fights somebody like a Tank Davis, he's going down again. But I think people like shit. Tyson Fury got a glass jaw. Yeah, he gets up, but he hits the canvas a lot. I think any fighter, I don't care if you win or lose. If I can catch you and you hit the motherfucking canvas a lot, if you hit the canvas more than 4 times in your career, 5 times, yeah, you got a glass jaw, bro. You're chinny. I don't think that's disrespect because it is what it is. But I mean, I'm not. Y'all can try to say that's an excuse from Abdullah Mason, but that was glaring to me, glaring. But that dude was trash, and if he could put you on your ass, what you gonna do against the top dog that hit hard, or got great accuracy, or a mean right hand like that? I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Like
Because
there was a
you
lot of
just
excuses said just saying, dude got a glass jaw. Like I don't mean he's not a great fighter.
no, that's all right. So
I mean that was the thing with Floyd Mayweather. Like Floyd Mayweather never got hit, but they said like when he really did get hit, he really nobody ever was able to do it. But a lot of people thought he had a glass jaw, even though he never hit the canvas. But when he got hit cleanly, it fucked him up.
mm,
You know what I mean?
so pretend I don't know because I don't. Explain the difference in resume, right? So Floyd's 18-0 and Abdullah's 18-0.
Okay.
Break down the two different resumes.
What you
You
mean like
know,
the people they fought at that time?
well, to where they're at now by level,
When Floyd was
right?
18 and
So
0, he's already a 2-division world champion. Yeah. And was crushing everything moving. Crushing them. Like he didn't have his first real challenge of a fight until Emmanuel Augustus, I think that was his name. And then he got the Diego Corrales was supposed to be a hard test. He whooped his ass. But the hardest fight I ever seen Floyd Mayweather had was Juan Luis Castillo. I don't know if you watched that fight, but go back. That was the hard. But they say Floyd broke his hand in that fight. Still won,
no,
but that was the
Floyd,
hardest fight I
not
seen.
Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Schofield.
Floyd Schofield, hardest fight I seen was that his fight for the opponent before this guy, the one that put him down. He showed me too, though. Like, man, if somebody hits you accurately, bro, you're going down. Like, and I wonder, like, and listen, I like to see when you get knocked down. This is what I want to see from you. You say you like to when they get up and come even hard. I like when you get up and you still stick to your same game plan. You stay disciplined. You don't panic. When he got knocked down, he got up and came full blast that dude. That's gonna get you fucked up against a top contender, bro. They want you to do that. Kind of like what Mason did when he came at dude the first time. He put him down. He was surprised he put him down. Came at him harder. Put him down again. Didn't he? That's what I mean. Like that might be. You could say it's some amateurish type shit, but all I'm saying is that if he jump in there with a top counter puncher, he's gonna get put down.
That's not part of the apprenticeship.
I mean, you
Being
supposed to learn that
too
though, but you
cocky.
supposed to know not to. He should have known dude was a good counter puncher. That's a part of that's a part of studying your opponent. So the fact that he chose to rush in there like that is he didn't respect him and found out the hard way. Now I ain't gonna say he gonna do that again against some, but I was surprised by somebody so subpar. Like dude was very subpar competition. Like that was not supposed to happen. Like you know what I mean? See how easily he got him out of there once he got his discipline. He disciplined himself. Dude was easy work. But like I said, like if he did that to you, imagine if you put him in there with Keyshawn Davis. Exactly. No chance. Nothing. And if you think he do got a chance, you're delusional. He's not ready for another top dog, in my opinion.
See, I think both these boys, unless they, when I say boys,
One
Floyd
of my
and
guys is but DMT coming up. I don't know why.
salute Slick.
What up, Slick?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
How you been, bro?
I've been doing good.
I keep missing your lives, bro. I never get notifications for your shit no more.
I don't know. YouTube be playing games like that sometimes.
That shit be irking the fuck out of me.
They be doing that.
But what's been good, bro?
Nothing. What y'all up here talking about?
A couple things. We're talking about I said Abdullah got a glass jaw, and DJ was trying to see what my perception of a glass jaw was.
Yeah,
and I think he got a glass jaw. I do. But I told you that. Like ever since that fight, I'm not sold. Mason got a glass jaw. All right. I don't think this is what I mean. Like DJ was saying, well, you think that was just a young guy learning from his mistakes. Okay, I get that, but that the competition that he faced when the dude that put him down twice, that was a subpar ass opponent. He was. See how easily he got him out of there once he got disciplined and stuck, and focused. You know what I mean? But the fact that he rushed in like that, if he'd have did the right research on that opponent, he'd have knew not to do that. So
I think he was told not to do it. Remember his dad kind of
I understand that. Like, but the thing is, after he got put down, you would think, all right, he's gonna lock back in, get in, and focus. He rushed in again, got put down again. So see, that showed me, like, man, you put him in there with somebody like Keyshawn Davis, any of the champions at 135, they're all cooking.
So where that conversation started with Slick, just to give you some context, is I've got there in the chat that Floyd Schofield 18-0, Abdullah Mason 18-0. So what it was is I asked Punch, I said, look, break down the different resumes for me. Right. So if you're just coming at it and you're just looking at what's on paper and you don't have in-depth knowledge or you didn't watch all of it, at 18-0, where's Floyd Schofield compared to 18-0, where's Abdullah Mason?
No difference to me. They on the same page to me. That's a perfect fight.
I think that's a great fight.
I
I think they're both top ass prospects. You got the top prospect in the world in Mason. You know what I mean? You got another prospect who's trying to get into the trying to get contender status, which he would have got if he'd have fought Shakur Stevenson, win or lose. That's why I think that was a serious roadblock for them. To be honest, you know what I mean. But the fights Abdullah Mason and by some miracle, because I don't think Kid Austin could beat him. He got too much skills, like, you know what I mean. But to face him and win, that would launch Kid Austin into the fucking stratosphere, just as much as Shakur Stevenson win would.
Two of the top prospects going at it, no matter which way you look at it. I mean, it is what it is. My opinion on the glass jaw thing, I don't think Abdullah has a glass jaw. Everybody has that button. Everybody's not blessed with a rock head. You know what I mean? I think he got caught on the button. He wasn't wobbled. He wasn't hurt. None of that. And he made an amateurish mistake. You know what I mean? Like you said, he got it together and got dude up out of there. Now, going into the fight, I think his father told him the game plan, and Abdullah was full of his own hype at that time. You know what I mean? And thought he was just going to go in there and get him out of there, despite what he was told that dude could punch and all of that. So, he learned his lesson, listened to his dad, got him up out of there, And going forward, like I said, the next fight, you didn't see that. He was protecting that button, as we say, you know what I mean? And we may never see him get knocked down ever again. That may be a lesson learned. Only time will tell. But we saw Schofield get done the same way, rushing in.
Yep.
Except Schofield got up. He was hurt. He missed the stool.
Yeah, he did.
Now, that's the difference, right? Also, Abdullah, to me,
they moved it on him, Slick.
Yeah, right. Right. I think Abdullah has more skills than Schofield. So I would have picked Abdullah in that fight. So I mean, that glass jaw thing is kind of hard to say. Like, if you hurt and you easily knocked down, you hurt like a punch. You see somebody get tapped with and he fall, he get up, he on Bambi legs. You like, damn, you don't got no type of chin, But for Abdullah get hit, clocked in the same spot twice and get up, no shaky legs, didn't have to get his legs together. I just think he got hit on the button, And
let me ask you a question.
From
you think
boxing
he could,
standpoint, I'm glad it happened early in his career.
You think he could beat Emilio Vargas?
Hell yeah.
I don't.
Emilio is.
I think Emilio could beat Abdullah.
He's not polished yet.
I think he's really the most dangerous prospect.
He's the most dangerous out of his brothers.
Oh, he's definitely hands down the best out of his brothers.
Yeah, but he's not.
Did you see his last fight? That's how you're supposed to look against a bum. You're supposed to clean them, get them out of there.
Yeah, but he's fighting the bums. He's fighting the bums that Abdullah was fighting. Abdullah's been progressing.
He's blistering them. It's bringing up that same Mayweather Pacquiao conversation. I'm blistering all your competition. So it's making their fight look real interesting.
I mean, that may favor that, but I mean that doesn't translate when
I like him, bro.
To the ring.
I'm
not hating on him. I just think he's not. I don't think he's sharp yet. He's gonna be sharp.
I think Abdullah,
he's just not there yet.
I got high hopes for Abdullah Mason, and I want to eat crow in this situation, man. But I'm telling you, that was glaring mistakes, bro. Glaring.
Yeah, that was a case of getting high on your own supply.
Or trying to make a statement in front of Keyshawn because Keyshawn was talking shit. That's
right, because he's used to stealing the show. And, it happens. He took a step up in competition. That guy gave everybody else hell, too. Like I said, he was a good fighter. He might have been a bum, but he was a good bum. He wasn't somebody who was going to come in there and lay down. No
slouch.
He wasn't going to come in there and lay down. I said it before. You better watch the motherfucker with them wide backs, bro. Them motherfuckers pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, and given what his father was saying, when I rewatched it, that told me his dad knew who he was up against, and Abdullah wanted to go out there and put on the show. You know what I'm saying? Where his dad was saying, you need to learn how to time this motherfucker, put him on a timer. And when he did, he got him the fuck up out of there. So
round one, what up, bro?
So from when his dad told him that, I had no doubt in my mind if he would have listened to his father out the gate, that guy would never touched him, right?
I
Because
agree. I think his dad's a really great trainer, and he did
so
get him
what I
focused
mean. It
real
was a
quick.
matter of him not listening to his father. He paid the price for it, and me as a fan, I'm happy that it happened. I'm happy that it happened early in his career because this
Yeah,
nigga,
not in
if
no
he would have
title
chose
fight.
not to listen
That's
late in his
true.
career, he would never been the same.
That's true. Well, we'll see
Man,
about Abdullah, but the reason why we was really talking about him is because Schofield just pulled out of his fight,
Yeah, man. I don't think they never wanted that
and
anyway. Man, the
I was
way they was
clowning the
talking about
reason
it,
5 years, $5 million from Oscar is the reason that they turned down $1 million to
I
fight
didn't make a video on this one
him.
because it just brought me back. Like, okay, 5 million, that's cool, but the take that 1 million would have translated probably into more than 5 million over the course of the next couple of fights, right? If when he was on the Boxing Voice, it wasn't Schofield, it was his father. He kept saying, "Yeah, I told Schofield Jr. kept saying." I told him, yeah, just tell him I'll take the million. His daddy kept raising the price, talking about, yeah, they can give us more because we was not. Don't forget, we was finna fight for the title, so we was gonna get 1 point something for that. They give us 1.2. So when I heard that, I was like, Schofield Jr. probably want the smoke. His daddy don't want him to have that smoke.
Yeah,
well,
I
then,
said that.
So
I said these dads be trying to
so
protect
when
their
I
sons'
heard that, I
careers.
was like, that fight's not happening. They're not gonna fight him.
and then the whole vicious cycle starts again, in my opinion. Potentially, not guaranteed, that if Floyd Schofield sees $1 million at 22 years old, or $2.5 million at 22 years old, we see the career stall because they continue to price themselves out of all the mandatories and the other quality fights that are presented to them going forward. They just continue to hang out for that next. If I got $2.5 million last fight, well, I'm worth 5 this fight. And then we have the same conversation all over again and say, well, just because you got $2.5 million last fight doesn't guarantee that you're going to get us twice as many pay-per-views this fight to pay you the double. Like, it just, it doesn't make sense. So there has to be a little bit of a give and take in all of that. But, before you came up, I was talking about, well, when you build a relationship with Turkey and you continue to perform, that's not a one fight deal, right? We've seen that. It's a 2 and a 3 fight deal if you continue to perform, even if you're losing, right? Because he pits you against someone else, right? I'll let you get your get back, or I'll let you earn your money back. Come and show us it was an off night. So when you think about that, what was your prospective earnings if you'd have continued with that relationship with Riyadh season in Turkey against Shakur?
Right.
Now,
I agree.
that's also suggesting that he wasn't genuinely sick. That's not what I'm suggesting. I have question marks over it because they went to the nth degree to try and sell it, the hospital shots and those sorts of things. If the dude's sick, put him on a plane and get him home. But, and that's just my jaded view of boxing, because some of the other bullshit that you see happening, I'm not saying that the Schofield camp's the same. It's just a victim of circumstance. But you can only
No, that wasn't
hold.
circumstance. That was weaseling out of the fight.
Well, I keep
You was
coming
about to
back to
get
this.
cooked, nigga. You knew it. We all knew it, and you weaseled your ass out that fight.
Even if it was, I just didn't like the after effects of it when he was saying he was poisoned and things like that. They
Trying to
don't
blame
take
it on
shit
other
like that. Yeah,
motherfuckers,
they don't
cooks,
take that
and
shit lightly over
that
there.
shit was weird.
And I think that's one of the reasons why they said they wouldn't go over there. I think they know they probably not going to be invited back over after making such comments like that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, you
Which
fucking around
sucks.
with them Saudis. Them Saudis got big money over there, boy. You just fucked up a huge opportunity. Them is the type of motherfuckers. I remember I put in a group chat that Chris Eubank interview, and dude asked him, how much did you ask Turkey for? He said, man, I gave Turkey a number, and they said, nigga, there was no argument. All right, yeah. He like, just like that. He like, man, them Saudis got so much money. Yalla, yalla, yalla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that.
fuck about no number, nigga,
But
to get the fight made.
it's not just
You
that,
fucked
man.
that up, bro. What you
He
get?
should took that fight. I think, and I agree with DJ that that relationship would have translated into more money.
It would
You
have.
don't even have to win a fight; just look good, and it'll transition you into another fight, possibly with some more money.
Because Turkey is
even
a
when you
fan
lose.
first and a promoter second. Those are the perfect type of people you want in boxing, because they want to make the big fights and they don't care about what it costs.
Right.
These type of
So,
motherfuckers are rare. You know what I
but
mean?
to not name who you finna fight, and say you can't cost a duck.
Yeah, we got an
It's
opponent coming
5
up. Like, who is it
million,
gonna
but
be?
who
Who is
is
it
it?
gonna be?
If you know the number and you can tell us the number, why you can't tell us the name?
You gonna try to get in there with Loma? Hell no. You gonna try to get in there with Keyshawn? Fuck no. You ain't getting in there with none of the top dogs. Shakur, you already lost that opportunity. You definitely ain't fighting Tank. Who you fighting?
It should be screaming to the tops, man. You should take that 1 million with Abdullah.
You gonna try to
But I
fight
think
Andy
Abdullah
Cruz?
already done moved on though, so it's too late for the Abdullah fight.
Yeah, Abdullah moved on probably. So like, who you gonna go after? Andy Cruz?
Yeah, I forgot who he supposed to fight, but
I'm just throwing out potential opponents. I think they're all cooking though.
Andy Cruz.
Even Andy
fight
Cruz
on that
with his
upcoming
6
card.
wins.
Andy Cruz gonna fight on the card on that Shakur card.
Cause he's building up to that Keyshawn fight. We know that's what that's all building up to.
Yeah, so I don't know. I per se do not know who he will who's he gonna fight that's win 5 million.
I don't know. That's what I said. That's what me and DJ was saying. Like, just because they say, well, think about it though. They say 5 years, 5 million, man. They could pay him $3 million for this guy. I mean, 300,000 for this guy.
No, he said
400 for this guy. They could stretch that shit.
He didn't say 5 years, did he? He said
he said 5 years.
He said 5 million on the table.
He said
5
5
years, somebody else.
$5 million. Have he made a video about it and played the audio? 5 years, $5 million.
5
that could
years,
be like 8-9 fights
million?
for real. They stretch that out, right? They can stretch this fuck. That's and it sounds like an okay deal, but in the end, you think about shit like that.
Not. No, that's not. Because you locked in. I could stretch you out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have to pay you $1 million a fight, bro.
That was what I was pointing out, Slick.
Yeah.
I go, well, over 5 years, that could be 5 fights, or with like a minimum of $1 million, or it could be 12 fights.
They can stretch you the fuck out like crazy.
Yeah, they can stretch you out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said
when I watched him explain in the car, he said we have $1 million over here, 5 million over here.
Well, maybe I'm mishearing it wrong. Maybe it is 5 fights, but
that's crazy. No, don't do it.
No, he didn't say 5 fights for 5 million. He said 5 million for 5 years. I heard it. I listened to it like 4 times.
No,
I am not. This is not a typo. This ain't me misquoting.
That's saying your career is over.
Nigga said.
In this day and age of boxing, your career is over because you just gave
and
them...
I quote, nigga, 5 years, 5 million. I can't wait for him to get
How old is Schofield?
22.
22.
No.
That's why I said, wait till Heavy get up here. Heavy coming. He'll tell you too. That's a bad
that's
fucking deal,
too
bro.
Much power over your career, bro.
It make you think that. That's why I was saying earlier, but I don't know if you caught my monologue earlier, but I was saying that I was like, bro, that's kind of bad business, nigga. If you took that deal, because promoters loved him that's a long-winded ass deal. If you really look at it, it's easy to think it's 5 million, for $1 million a fight.
But you gotta look good all 5 of them fights to help get them over with.
Like if you're about to get 1.2,
if it's 5 fights, you gotta look good for all fights. But if you
think about it, you're about to get 1.3 to fight Shakur Stevenson, but I'm not giving you that to fight. Well, you almost got $1 million for Abdullah, but in reality, they really hit you with like 700,000, something like that for real.
That is crazy, bro.
So yeah, bro, they could get kind of bro. That's what I said. I said that's a bad deal for real.
Yeah, no, I don't think me personally.
So I think
I can't speak for everybody's situation, but
Schofield Senior came out a little bit in that deal.
I think he worth a little more than that. 5
million. I think he worth more than that.
Well, unless it's a minimum, I'm okay with it being a minimum, not a maximum. Right.
See, look, Mark said it too. Mark said he definitely said 5 million for 5 years. So I swear.
Because if you go on, like, just do the maths, right? If you go on, you say, I fight Abdullah. Let's just, whether he does or not, but just go with it. Say he beats Abdullah, right?
Right.
And he goes to his team and he says, well, I got $1 million for fighting Abdullah. Now my stocks have actually risen, right? Maybe I need to fight an eliminator, or maybe I become a mandatory. So now I'm actually worth, let's just round figure, $2 million, right? So for his next fight, Oscar pays him $2 million, right? That means he's actually worth $3 million for the next 4 years under contract. So it's a dangerous. And look, we don't have the fine print on the contract, but look, let's face it, there's not a promoter ever that hasn't got into contract issues with their fighter and contracts and who's paying who when. So the landscape of boxing changes too quickly at the moment to think you're going to know where it is in 5 years' time. You know, with TKO, Riyadh season, all of these sort of stuff, like it's moving and changing. So why would you actually sell yourself to a single model today, expecting that model to be the same in 5 years' time?
Right. Yeah, if it's a minimum, I'm okay with that, but that's crazy, bro.
See, stuff like
Almost
that don't
every
really.
year.
Listen, I look at it like this. I look at it like this. I don't care a fuck about what's going on, what's going to happen, what it's going to look like 5 years from now. I just want the shit show that we got going on now to stop, because some of these fights on paper they look fantastic, but then when the shit happened, not just New York might have been the worst one, but
But
we're not. I'm gonna pay close attention to the Shakur Stevenson card. Because those I don't think those fights is gonna be like New York was. You know what I mean? But I'm starting to kind of see, like, yeah, we getting these good the fights, the names we want, but at the same time, these dudes don't seem like they want to fight each other. It's weird.
well, the money for me for fans is just a feint, right? You're fainting because you want the fans to look at the feint rather than the actual left hook that comes behind it. I don't think as fans we should really care about the contract and the money.
Yeah, I don't care
It's
about that.
just but it's a smokescreen. Look at what we're talking about. What we should be saying is, well, if Floyd's not going to fight Abdullah, you'd better put him in the ring with someone equal or better, whoever he fights next in the next deal. Otherwise, it does look like a duck, and we're still not interested in the money. Like, say they put him in front of Tomato Can. How's that going to look?
Horrible.
Hmm.
And that's the fucking problem, because that's what we're gonna get. Like, because man, how many of the top guys are gonna keep wanting to fight you if you keep pulling out, or you keep on turning down offers? Like, man, $2 million, man, $2.5 million to fight Abdullah Mason. Come on, man, champions don't get that, bro. That was outpricing yourself from the gate. That was in reality. I already knew right there as soon as he said that he didn't really want to fight this dude. That wasn't gonna offer him that. You didn't get that for Shakur Stevenson. You're damn sure not getting that for Abdullah Mason. I don't. We don't live in a world no more where you get more money for non-title fights, bro. That just don't happen. So like, I don't know, man. I think the Schofield's about to get froze out the sport, bro.
I hope that's not the case. But I mean, to some extent, they've got to own their own decisions between whatever their management team is. If they keep turning down really good opportunities, it's a little bit hard to do that and to have your stock grow at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's bad business, bro. And you gotta have good team behind you, man. And sometimes your parents running your shit, man, seem like a good idea, but really be detrimental to your fucking career, man.
Oh my
And
God, bro.
and now, nigga, he done signed you into a crazy ass deal, bro. For
Bro,
What's
real.
going
that
on,
shit
Slick?
crazy, bro.
Slick,
Slick,
I can,
Slick stunned by that deal. Stunned by it.
yeah,
I
I
just
can.
listened to it. I just went on the
I
internet and
told you,
listened to
bro.
it.
Stunned by that shit.
I didn't hear it. So that's what he said. 5 million for 5 years, guaranteed. He's trying to base it off of, like, see, this is what gets me about him. He says his son is the shit. His son is this, that, and the third. My son is this. Blah blah blah. Can't nobody beat my son? Y'all scared of my son? But then you turn around and make statements like that. 5 million, 5 years guaranteed employment. No, the fuck it ain't. Let him lose. They'll sit his ass on the shelf. 5 years don't mean 5 years. You owe me 5 years.
Owe me 5 years.
We seen this shit happen with Mikey Garcia, bro. You're not
And
gonna be able
Andre
to wait it
Ward.
out. You're not gonna be
Remember
able to wait
Andre
it out.
Ward too.
Say you say somewhere in the 5 years you don't like what's going on, and you try to wait that shit out. You gonna be like, you still owe us 5 years. They don't have to let you buy out of nothing. Oh my God, no. So essentially, 5 years because he did not disclose how many fights.
I
Oh
know. That's
no.
what make it even scarier.
I could see he said 5 million, 5 years, 5 fights. Okay, sure, I might take that. Fuck that. That's 5 fights guaranteed $1 million a piece. You get what I'm saying? All right, I might have to wait it out too. But he didn't say that. Boy, you about to be a workhorse. You
Boy,
figure
you
done
about to be
like
fighting like
T.O.
8-9 fights, bro. That's what I
You figure
said.
done like T.O. T.O. became champion. You know what was fucked up in T.O. contract? And I know y'all give a fuck about T.O., but this was fucked up in his contract. When he became champion, it was mandatory that he had a 5-year extension on top of it.
Robbing the shit out of
The
him, too.
minute he became champion, that's why he said he didn't want no more belts. Because every time he became champion, there was a 5-year extension, as long as he was in that contract.
Why the fuck would you sign something like that?
You need the money at the time. That's how they be getting these
Man,
kids,
fuck
bro.
that. Know what you signing, bro.
And this shit right here, oh man, I can get 3 fights out of you
These
a
niggas
year
be too damn
for
desperate.
5
A
years.
couple $1 million, and they just jump on the first contract they get put in front of them, man. You gotta read that shit. Read the fine print. Read it all.
Man,
Like, nigga, what
bro.
you mean if I win the title, you got me for 5 more years, nigga? Hell no.
Fuck that. We work him for 3 years. 3 fights a year. 3 fights a year, bro. Now, like I said, he got to come with some more details than that, though, bro. He got to come with more details.
Bro, that's why I was like, because Heavy said this in his video. Heavy was like, bro, like, the nigga, you just got suckered into a fucking bad business deal by a promoter, which they've been doing since the beginning of fucking time. You should have better boxing, like, management.
So you go get $350 a fight?
Like, that's what I'm saying. You're not guaranteed $1 million a fight, nigga, because you didn't say that. You said, nigga, 5 years, 5 million. I mean, you can fight like 10 times.
Shit, more than that.
Swear.
He can get him for 3 fights a year for 5 years.
Like, and that's fucking insane.
Paying about $300 to $350 a fight, bro.
Like, I just make you think, like, damn, how many fighters actually sign shit like that?
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
You giving them, like, I'm like DJ. I need no more details.
Now you see why niggas like Blair Thompson
I need no more details
in
this shit. Because it's hard to fathom that somebody would just be like, okay. You know what I'm saying to that? Like, what? What the fuck? No. I need to know how many times I'm fighting. Do I just fight 5 times a year? 5 fights or
Oscar's decision, bro.
I need to know, man. The way he's saying it, yeah, he just made Oscar God over his career.
Oscar got full control of your career for 5 years, nigga, and that might not be the next 5. See, that's the thing. Let's just say like that.
And it's all based off performance. That's the one thing you know it is. It's all based off performance.
And that's why they pulled out that Stevenson fight, nigga, because I guarantee you, I bet you they based this contract on that, nigga. They pulled the fuck out. You're going to lose. There's no in between. He was not beating.
Don't let it suck.
Nigga.
Don't let it suck where if you give him the $5 million up front and you blow it and you still owe him. Oh my God.
And if he said guarantee, he may have given him the $5 million up front, bro.
But,
you know,
man, oh no, you gotta think about that.
Everybody if he was a smart promoter, he gave him that $5 million up front. Now you really got him.
Oh my God. He gonna be boring. He gonna be stuck on Golden Boy.
Yeah, you're on. That's what. As soon as they said that, so he's never getting out of that contract. He's gonna be Golden Boy for the next like 7 years, man.
Damn, bro. How is that?
That's what Bob tried to do to Shakur. Shakur was like, hell no.
He tried to give him, he tried to give him a little bump up.
Yeah.
And say, but I want this. Yeah, he was like, nah, I'm good. Bet on myself. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bet on yourself, though. You know,
remember, because Bob got Bud with that shit. Remember when he got the ESPN deal, they re-signed Bud to a crazy ass deal like that.
Well, he got him with the Earl. He said that he promised him.
I'll get you the Spence fight. You know what I mean? Annual. I guarantee you $3 million, $4 million a fight.
But he did. He was the highest paid welterweight.
Oh yeah,
he was
paid
the highest
that nigga.
paid welterweight. When everybody talking that shit about Bud, he was the highest.
Definitely was the highest paid welterweight for sure.
Yeah, he was.
But never got that Spence fight. That's what made him leave.
Yeah.
If Bob Burrow get that Spence fight, Bud's still with Top Rank today.
Go to the open market. Go and see with a Queensbury Matchroom. I wouldn't advise it, but PBC. Go just see what everyone else is willing to give you before you just sign your life.
Queensbury, it'd be hard for Queensbury to sign American fighters though. A lot of them motherfuckers don't be trying to fight in England.
Yeah,
man, you fight anywhere for the right money and the right deal.
Yeah.
How come none of the top dogs ever go to Queensbury then? Ever?
Well,
in
it's because it's
America.
across the water first. Ain't nobody in America gonna go.
Ain't
go
nobody going over there.
Eddie came over here. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember.
You
Eddie
gotta
came
bring
over
your
with
ass
the
over
zone
here.
money, and then he had an office in Vegas. Like he was
You'll sound with
stationed in.
Matchroom because Matchroom put on fights in America. Queensberry don't do that too much.
Yeah. That's what made Eddie appealing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't gotta go over there and
Frank
be
Warren,
there
nigga,
all
you
the
coming to
time.
England. You fighting for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Eddie Hearn, he'll come right to America. He wouldn't have
I
got
feel
boots
you
in
round one. I'll take
if Boots would
Queensberry
have had to
than
fight in
PBC
England.
though. I ain't never lied. At least if you don't like what Queensberry doing, they may let you out your contract like they did Anthony Yard.
Yeah.
And
Same with Matchroom.
Yeah, and Matchroom let you out your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Anthony Yard said that he on record. He said, "No, ain't no bad blood. Hope I can do business with him." We just sat down and let me out my contract because I don't like the way it's going. They let him out. You know what I'm saying? But here they ain't doing that shit.
So
He's stuck.
yeah. So when I started going back at heavy bag or having the debate, it was more about, to us it looks like a duck, but for business and professional, you never know what's happening behind the scenes. Someone comes out and says it's apples and bananas public, but behind the scenes it actually ends up being watermelons and kiwi fruit. Like you actually never know. So it's dangerous to even believe everything that you hear in boxing.
Wait, and here's another thing. I don't mean to cut you off, DJ. He said with a title shot. So you finna be stuck for 5 years and get a title shot. No.
When you just pulled out of
You
one.
gonna be champ. What if he get a title shot and actually wins in his second fight or something like that? It's hypothetical. So
You
going
better have
forward,
a
he's stuck.
clause
He's
where you get
stuck
a
at that
serious
pay,
pay
bro.
bump.
He gonna be stuck at that pay. Just going off the details we have. That's what I'm
If it's
saying. I'm hoping
if it's a
what DJ
maximum,
saying is right. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm hoping what DJ saying is right. That's the way it's broken down. That those are minimums. That's what I'm hoping it is, bro. Because to be a champ and be stuck, that's gonna hurt, bro. That's gonna hurt if what he spilled out and that's it. Oh man,
That's definitely
no.
what's about to happen, Slick.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's not
Nah.
looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
And these young fellas at 22 years old have got a big decisions to make sometimes, don't they?
Yeah,
When you stop and think about it, like it's almost which is the least worst option.
right.
You know, who would I rather own me for 5 years?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, though. Like what you said, I'm not sure if they making a decision. They need to make the fucking decisions because if everybody happy, goddamn me, that's a bad deal. That's what I was taught. If everybody happy in this motherfucker shaking hands, something ain't right. Somebody supposed to be upset. Somebody ain't supposed to be getting their way or whatever. That's not no. It sounds like one side smell money, like hell yeah, I never had $5 million. I'll take that. And the other one like, yeah, you a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Take it. You save me a shitload of money. $5 million, you gotta pay everybody out of that, bro. The gym, your coach, your daddy getting paid. You think he ain't getting no cut out of that? Man,
Yeah.
shit.
God forbid you win a title fight in your next fight, and you've got to actually pay your sanctioning fees for the next 5 years.
Right. You hear me? Was that in there that they pay the fucking sanctioning fee? Like, come on, man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Wow, I didn't, man. I really didn't listen to him. That when he put that out, Schofield, salutes to Heavy for putting that out because I promise you, I didn't give it the time of day.
Swear, that's why I was like
I
live.
was like, why the hell are you even talking about this when we
But
know you weren't gonna fight Abdullah?
It's interesting that it even needs to be either or. Why can't it be Abdullah, win, lose, or draw plus the 5-year contract? Why can't it be that?
Right. Why that can't be a included fight? Why couldn't it have been an included fight?
Well, make it have this fight and then sign the contract after it. You know what I mean? Like it's because I'm assuming that Oscar's going to get some purse out of it, whatever win, lose or draw, Oscar's still going to get purse out of Floyd fighting. Period.
Mm-hmm. Man, that shit. That don't smell right.
Yeah, that shit's weird, bro.
That. Yeah. Yeah. We gotta find more. Definitely gotta find more details. And that's unsettling. Like that's very unsettling. Like I said, you fuck around, become champ, and you stuck at that pay rate. What if you just you finally find your niche, and you just start dog walking everybody, and the hype is just around you, and you're
Yep.
stuck at that pay. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That's that bullshit right there, bro.
Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like
More so too that if you do actually start dog walking everyone, and it's not for 5 fights, man, they're going to work you like a dog.
yes,
So that they just double down, triple down on their profits.
yes.
Yep.
Yes, and that's terrible. That's why I said they can fight him up to 3 times a year because what? Depending on how many blows you take, what is like 3 months off, 60 to 90 days in between fights or some shit like that. I know if you get knocked out, it's 90 days. Get your ass take TKO'd or KO'd.
Yeah, it's 90 days.
But in between fights, it's like 60 days. So they can definitely get your ass for real, 3. And I'm saying 3 fights a year because the type of fighter he is. You know what I'm saying? You know, he gonna take some punishment. So 3 fights a year, man, that's crazy, bro.
That's actually.
I'm with DJ.
Funny.
I'm hoping for him though. That's he was talking fast, and that's broken down to minimums. You know what I mean?
I'm putting it in my personal diary. The first time ever GMT Sports and DJ have agreed.
I'm serious, D.
All right, so we got some. I keep hearing some interesting rumors concerning upcoming fights, and we're gonna talk about this last thing last because this is all rumor, but this would be super interesting if it's true. All right, first thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Turkey is interested in making Devin Haney versus Teofimo.
Yeah.
Do you think that's real?
No.
Well, I've heard Teofimo in a couple of different spaces at the same time. I've heard Teofimo and Boots.
Yeah.
I've heard Teofimo
and Boots seem more realistic.
Teofimo was just tweeting not too long ago
but
telling
at
that man
47,
accept the contract.
Teofimo. That's the first crazy rumor I heard.
I don't think that. I think that all the talk about Dev right now is because they see that nobody cares about the Ryan fight. And they see that being the next best thing, right? And that's Devin Haney and them. I've seen what Bill said and all of that. But you can't tell a man what's best for him, especially if that man had a better performance than what you did. And I see there's a lot of campaigning on it should have been the other guy cutting the ring off X, Y, and Z. And this week alone, I've never heard so many comparisons between Devin Haney and other fighters. You know, it's been a PR cleanup on his end. That's just my opinion, you know, or whatever on that. And they see the next fight being T.O. because T.O. is the only one that really had a great performance, him and Rolly. So, you know, why don't you fight Rolly?
True.
Why don't you fight Rolly?
Because Rolly got fucking knockout power. Nobody
Rolly beat your dude. Right, exactly. So the way I see this, y'all, something ain't nobody saying. If he picking T.O., T.O. would be another smaller dude than him. If you saw T.O., y'all watch T.O. that way, he has no problem making 140. No problem. Well, T.O. just a little guy, bro. T.O. not no 147 pounder for real.
I'll go as far as to say that at least in the immediate term, unless Turkey wants to do something, I reckon that Rolly's off the table for everyone until such time PBC get a result from Barrios and Pacquiao.
Right.
Because I could see Rolly being next up for the winner or the loser, just to keep it in house. Right. So
makes sense.
Well, I'm just going off their normal playbook, right? Now, it is boxing, so anything could happen, and we've seen PBC cross the street and work with other people for the right deal, which is fine. I would encourage that. We don't need to have separation anymore. I think the product got better when we removed the separation.
Mm-hmm.
But well, two things happened: is that Devon didn't light the majority of the fans on fire with his performance. I mean, you can get into craft and footwork and all that sort of stuff. We've had that discussion, but bottom line is he didn't light the fans up, and Ryan, for whatever reason, didn't have the best performance. So, you know, that lingering appetite of them getting back together to sort that out has dissolved a little bit. I'm sure people would tune in, right? But I think that they need to build their brands a little bit higher before you can really get them to sell the dollars that they're capable of selling.
Right.
For T.O. and Boots, I look at that a little bit differently in that how does that help Boots' career beating T.O.?
He'll be the
Right.
best. He'll be the best person on his resume that he's ever fought. To be fair,
He'll be the best person on Boots' resume for
he
sure.
would. For paper wise, he'd be the best person he's ever beat. But fighting wise, I don't know. I will say this though, I don't
we
doubt
haven't
T.O. in
seen
that fight though.
Well, we haven't seen T.O. at 147 anywhere, have we?
Mm-mm.
Or did I miss it?
No, but
Nope.
he's a mover though.
He got good feet though. I give his punk
He's a
ass that.
mover. It don't matter. He's a mover, and we see what movers do to Boots. So I'm not gonna seriously say that Boots. I know a lot of people say Boots will beat the dog walk the shit out of T.O. I'm not gonna say that, bro. Just the fact of what I see of little ass Karen moving around the way he was moving, and he was monstrous. Everybody saw it, saw the weight differential, did we? That little motherfucker was moving,
Yeah.
and he was giving Boots problems. Boots was winning, no doubt. I'm not saying Boots can't win. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I don't think that he goes in and just start doing them. Like everybody holds on to that Roman Villa fight and think that's how Boots go fight every fight. And I'm be honest with you, he's a mover. Now, it still depends on what T.O. we get. Is he go shit his pants when he get in there? I don't know. But if it's T.O. come on his A game, T.O. got a shot at winning, bro. Will he knock him out?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But
I'm not writing him off either, Slick. And sorry to cut you off.
No,
That's
good.
not really the question I'm asking. But from a promotions point of view, right? There's enough people that would get equally excited if T.O. went for unification at 140 against any of the other guys.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I'm just trying to make it make sense. Right. Okay. So you've just defended your title, right? There's other 140 food on the table. Well, there's actually a lot of 140 food on the table, right? But you're deciding to
All
go.
the other 40 champions will whoop T.O.'s ass, DJ. All of them. Quelo got too much reach. Russell's too aggressive. And Hitchens got too much skill, bro.
Okay,
so they all hemmed up right now too, though.
So play it out from I guess if he goes up and doesn't beat Boots, it's easy for his camp to say, well, it was our first time fighting at 147. We were fighting a bigger guy, right? But if he goes left or right at 140 and gets beat, he can't actually say that.
Right.
And all I ask is that whatever he wants to do, it's his career. If he goes to 147 to fight for a title shot, he can't keep the 140 belt.
Oh, yeah, they're going to strip him if we go up.
Unless he gets.
That's what usually happens. Unless he get permission.
You can't tell with these motherfuckers sanctioned bodies no more, but no, I agree with you. I'd rather see T.O. fight at 140. But I can't be mad T.O. trying to be the lineal champ slayer. You know what I'm saying? Like he trying to prove a point, and if he trying to prove a point and he get his ass whooped, he get his ass whooped. But you're right. I'd rather see him dog walk 140, but I don't see it. I don't know. I think T.O. really trying to I think T.O. move is to make the money. Whatever's the bigger money fight, that's where he wants to go.
All right,
always been his gripe. You know what I'm saying? Is the money.
The next one is about to blow both y'all minds. You might have heard this one because it's gaining serious traction. And if from what I've been peeping on the boxing wires, I pay close attention to that type of stuff all over the place. Uh, Supposedly, guess who is close to finalizing a deal to fight? This is gonna shock you niggas too. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman.
Yeah, right. Boy,
I'm
when they
talking
get,
about this gaining hella traction, slick, like on a level of maybe this might be really real. I'm trying to tell you.
I gotta wait. I gotta wait to
Now,
see.
hey man, listen what I'll say. This is all rumor right now, but I've seen more than one real report about this shit, bro, and I think they're talking because I heard a rumor that Charlo and Thurman was trying to get a fight made, but Thurman wanted $10 million, and that's why it didn't get done, and that was real. So for him to get for Spence and Thurman to actually fight, slick niggas will pay for that.
Yeah,
So do
it's
you
a
want to
fight
go
that should have
first,
been
Slick?
happening.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it was a fight that should have been happening. I've been screaming for the longest. You know what I'm saying? That was a fight that should have been made to really define if Earl was the man. You know what I'm saying? Um, he made that's how he got famous, eating off of his leftovers, Keith Thurman leftovers. You know what I'm saying? All that back forth. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. And quite as kept back then, everybody had Keith beating him. You know what I'm saying? Keith the boxer, bro. Keith move, agile. You know what I'm saying? But this 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 one, I mean, this version of Keith, Earl might have a shot. But depending where Earl come back. I mean, shit, dude was just a light heavyweight a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it's hard to believe though. I ain't gonna say
Well,
it's hard to
But
believe that
I'm
fight is
a
being
slick.
made.
I would say like it's
here's
one of them things that I would normally be like, man, this is some bullshit. But the level of traction and the people that's talking about this, bro, man, can't
Yeah,
tell you.
well, here's my humble opinion on all of it. Mel Charlo does nothing until after the Canelo Bud fight, right? Because if Mel fights anyone else other than Bud until such time that Bud drops that belt, right, he loses his champion in recess. He's not allowed to have a tune up. He reserves the right to come back in and straight away challenge for that WBA. So yes, discussions can talk now with Mel and whoever, but remember a couple of weeks ago too that when the Tim Tszyu and Fondora fight got finalised, that everyone was asking, well, what about Thurman? What about Thurman? Why didn't you go down that route? And there was similar rumors and gossip going around. Well, Thurman gets the winner, right, of
right.
the Tszyu Fondora fight. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have a look at PBC, what they've been doing more recently is they've got Erickson Lubin active last weekend or the weekend before. So now Buckram has to fight him, otherwise the IBF will strip him, knowing the IBF, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's up to Lubin how he performs in that fight, but potentially it could be a PBC owning an IBF title at 154. They've got Thurman active. They're now moving Fondora, asked him to drop a belt, right, to keep him away from Xander. Who's Xander with? Top rank or
Top
Matchroom?
rank.
Top rank.
Top rank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at it, all the moves are to actually try and keep the belts in-house with a couple of chess moves ahead. So there's every opportunity that Errol might be. I can't see Errol coming out of his layoff unless it's for a title shot or a huge, huge deal. Now Thurman versus Errol, for everyone that's got any history in it, that's big enough. Where would that be? Texas? That fight?
It would make
Probably.
sense. Yeah, that would make
Probably.
sense.
So look, it's a fight I'd be happy to watch.
Well,
If they
he'll
do
make a
Thurman
bunch of money because
Spence,
Spence fans is itching to see him in the ring again, and him and Thurman just makes sense.
No, that's a doubt. I would
And they could
definitely
bring in.
fight.
It's gonna bring in a huge payday for both of them because it makes sense. It really do. It's been brewing for years now too.
Yeah, I don't
So
think that should
that
be
would
in
be a hell of
Vegas.
a comeback for Errol Spence to come back and beat Keith Thurman. That would be like pretty cool. That would resurrect his career real quick.
You ain't lying.
especially then if they bring Charlo out of the shadows to fight the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see,
Shit,
that starts the conversation for all that. You know what I
that's why I
mean?
finna say it looked like the resurrection of PBC. And you know that's what they're gonna say.
Oh, they got
PBC is
man,
back.
well, I'm not sure that they ever went anywhere. It's just they've had the stocks, and I think that they're actually were just waiting for a few other things to play out. I mean, they've got a very decent 154 stable. I mean, throw Tim Zoo in there too. It's going to be it's only a matter of time before Nikita's going to need to come out of Australia and go international somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, that's true, man. That was just a crazy one. Then just gets kind of getting some super traction. I was gonna talk about Thurman
It
and
happened,
Charlo
but
because
that's
that one was funny.
nuts.
But that one right there, yeah, I knew that was gonna get y'all talking.
That's
That's
gonna be nuts.
that's gonna be crazy
And
if
it
that's
better
really
be in
really
Texas
real
because they're gonna need to sell that. I don't think it sells out in Vegas, but it'll definitely sell out in Texas.
for sure. Because Errol Spence fans are dying to see him again, bro. Them
Mhm.
motherfuckers just fiending to see that nigga in the ring again.
Facts. Yeah, but I would. They better do it soon because they get old.
Well, yeah,
They
yeah.
better hurry up and be like, they better up and announce that shit. But like I said, ain't shit gonna get announced until
Hell, it ain't gonna announce it till it's
Pacquiao
finalized.
and
But
Barca.
I'm telling you, man, hey, slick, man, it's making sense and credible people's talking about it. And when that start to happen, bro, I start to believe that shit. Like I don't care about regular rumor, but that type shit, yeah, they both need this right now. It's the perfect time, for
I
real,
gotta
for
put
real.
YouTube back on my TV, man. I'm missing all the shit.
And then the third one that super caught my attention was yeah, Turkey and Tank's team have been in communication.
Nah, people saying that because this is
They
what I
saying it
look.
everywhere, not just in certain places.
Let me tell you, this was what I think.
Now I mean everywhere.
They're
Slick.
going
You
off of
see,
that
you even
video.
heard this one.
All right, we know he's associated with Box Raw now, right? The ring is. So I think this is what I think. Turkey trying to get in good with that team, so he can produce
Goddamn
that
right,
fight with
man. Devontae
Yeah,
Davis on
he's trying to
Turkey's
get in
team.
good
Could
with
you
that team,
imagine?
so he can get that fight for Shakur. That's what I think. So basically, they donated a whole lot of equipment and stuff to that gym. You know what I'm saying, for the kids, and it's a long video of it on Turkey Al Sheikh's X page. You know, whatever. He wasn't there, but the guy from Box Raw was there. Some representatives of Ring Magazine was there. They had gloves. They had everything. You know what I'm saying? It's even on Box Raw page. I mean, like, I think he's trying to make good that way. So, you know, you bump into the right person. Think about the coordination they had to take to get that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you bump into the
Yeah.
right people to talk to try to make that fight happen, bro. That's what I think. I don't think they like talking like that, but he trying to find his way in. You know what I mean?
I would find it difficult to believe that Turkey would be, after what Tank has done or said, I won't say done, but has said about Riyadh season and Turkey in the past. That's a big piece of humble pie to swallow for Turkey to go back and say, hey, look, I've still got this big check for you. You're not getting your Ferraris, you know. I'm not the devil, all these sorts of things. So
Mm-hmm.
I would wonder whether it's actually just planting the seed for them to understand how real this Jake Paul and Tank thing really is. Because remember that as soon as Jake Paul and Canelo started coming up in the media, well, Turkey went back and rewrote his check to make sure that Canelo was coming across to fight Bud.
Right.
So, you know, if that's the same playbook, is he actually going to see, well, how big does my checkbook need to be, Tank, if you've got any interest of coming across and fighting Shakur? See, I don't think that deal can get done anyway until after the Shakur Sapita fight. Because
Right.
if Shakur actually ends up losing, then I'm not sure whether Tank feels better or worse about that fight after it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, we got heavy in the building. About time, nigga. What up?
Yo, what it do? What's happening?
Heavy,
What's up with
we've been waiting for you.
Now we can really play Duck Duck Schofield. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Catch me up to speed, man. It's a duck. I'm gonna start off right there. It's a duck.
It's a straight duck.
Yeah, it's a duck. I'm calling duck.
Yeah.
Duck tails, duck sauce. If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a goddamn duck.
I think it's a duck. I refuse to believe that deal he talking about because that is the dumbest deal in history.
5 years, 5 million. Bad business, nigga.
Horrible.
That is
Horrible.
the dumbest deal in history, bro.
Horrible.
Unless there's some details like
You're gonna be fighting for the next 8-9 years.
You seen Shakur turn down 3 years.
Yeah, that don't make
5
sense.
million. Bro. You know?
Yeah,
So
but he had more details with his shit. This dude just said 5 years,
5 million.
5 million. Like what?
Crazy
Slick
work,
said,
man.
Slick thought I was capping, nigga. I was like, bro, like, no, he didn't say 5 fights. That nigga said 5 years. Like, bro,
I
had to go. I had to go. I didn't know you had did a video. I had to go listen to your video. Like,
him way out.
What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, I got the audio in my video, bro.
Yeah, I went to your video and listened to it. Then I was like, not only that, he said with the title shot, bro. So you gonna be stuck with the title and your pay can't move? Oh hell no!
And that's my issue. Let's just say you go out here, you win a title, bro. You could be defending your title for 3 fights in a row and still only going to make $1 million.
Right?
That's ridiculous, man.
And
then,
then like
something that's just the
had
base.
a certain amount of fights. This dude said 5 years, 5 billion. Boy, they could work the fuck out your ass.
At least 3 fights a year.
That's what I was just
minimum.
At
minimum.
least 3 fights a year, bro. So you talking about 350 a pop, 300 to 350 a pop a fight. Then you got to pay everybody out that shit.
Crazy work. When you can get 1 fight for 1 million, and if you believe in yourself, you win that fight. Sky's the limit. And like I was telling DJ earlier, the kid's only 22 years old, bro. So even if you lost to Abdullah Mason, you 22.
Man,
you 22, and now win, lose, or draw, you got Abdullah Mason on your resume.
I got one better. DJ had one better. This is a duck. DJ put the biggest point out there. Why the fuck Abdullah ain't part of it?
A part of the deal?
Yeah, why the fuck? Okay, we finna fight him and that deal. Why is it separate? Why is it like, nah, we can't fuck with him, but we can take this? Why y'all ain't going to say we want to fucking fight Abdullah? You know, he got to be on this list? Can y'all make that shit happen?
Let me tell you why. And I said this in my video too. You remember when they first announced the Shakur fight? What Oscar say?
Which fight? I'm sorry.
The Shakur.
The Shakur.
Oh, he's fighting against a prospect.
Yeah, he's a prospect.
Yep.
He talked down.
Prospect.
Yep.
He talked down on him.
So Oscar wants to protect that. He still feels Floyd Schofield is a prospect, and he wants to keep him away from all near imminent danger. And that's what Abdullah Mason represents. He don't want to get Schofield beat.
Prospect. Like that's a big fight for him and a good proving ground for him.
Yeah,
because they're in the same league, bro. Ain't neither one done more than other. And I do think that Abdullah more skilled for sure, but like, bro, you just ducked that dude. That's how I feel because that shit don't make no sense.
They don't, bro.
5 million, 5 years. You feel let this dude become God over your career like that? Lord forbid you go on a losing streak. You feel be on the shelf.
Yeah.
And 5 years don't translate like, from what's today's date? 5/19 to 5/19 5 years from now. If you on the shelf, you still owe me 3 more years. If you go on the shelf 2 years in, you still owe me 3 more years.
It's got to be 5 active years.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gonna be stuck. You gonna be like, I remember Mikey Garcia was gone for that minute?
Yeah.
Because I'll sit out. And he sat out for them 3 years thinking that was his contract gonna be. Still had to buy his way out of his contract. That ain't how that shit works.
And I think and another point I made was, bro, it's 2025. There's no way y'all still falling for these promoter long-term contract deals.
This is kind of crazy that they still letting it happen.
I reckon the other model.
2025. Who still falls for that shit?
I don't think it's the kids. I think it's the managers and them. They going for that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, who the fuck still falling for this shit?
Well, think about the other way. So even if you go on a losing streak, I reckon it's worse. Like you said, Slick, you go like you just hit your straps and you go on a winning streak. Now, if your
Right.
maximum is $1 million and you win a title in 3 months' time and you're just running through everyone, they're going to make you busy as hell, 3 fights a year, and they're going to double and triple down on their profits. And your $1 million a fight or over 5 years doesn't move. But you're just bringing in huge fans and pay-per-view numbers, and you get no return on it.
Nothing, bro.
Nothing.
And you got to pay
Hey,
everybody
man,
out
it's
that
fucking
350.
crazy.
And I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. A prime example of why they shouldn't have been afraid to take this fight, roll the dice, and bet on themselves. Even if they would have lost. Look at fucking Rolly Romero.
Yeah.
Look at Rolly fucking Romero, bro. This nigga then lost to Tank and Pitbull.
Yep. And about
And now his very next fight, oh, you best bet your sweet ass Rolly gonna get a fat ass payday.
Yeah, hell
Yeah, he is.
Fat payday, nigga. And he fighting the top guy. Whoever that is, one of the top guys in the division.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I refuse to believe that deal is real.
Come on, man.
He
Came
just
straight
said
out the
that
horse's
shit.
mouth,
He'll
Slick.
try
That deal was real.
yeah, shit could come out the mouth, but let me tell you something. He said that shit. I think he said that shit to try to get people off his back about dodging Abdullah. I don't see that. Like, who's
It made it worse.
Yeah, like I think he sat there like, yeah, I'm gonna put this out there, let everybody know we had a bigger deal, but you know, and people gonna just eat that shit up. But nah, man, people ain't stupid. That shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. Cause what killed me, he said, with the title shot and guaranteed employment. That was the biggest line for me, because you stay talking about your son is the shit. Can't nobody stop your son. This is that and the third, and you worried about employment. If he the shit, he gonna have employment, bro.
Yo. But to play devil's advocate, right? You think about all of the probably 90 other % of fighters that get in the game that never make that kind of money, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what his pops is looking at it through those lenses. Like, nigga, we lucky to be here. 5 million over the next 5 years. Most niggas don't make that in their life. Most fighters don't never come close to making 5 million in 5 years.
Your mama job is to coddle you and keep your ass safe.
That's what I'm saying. Cammy gave us the
don't you go
heads up that
outside. It ain't nothing but bad shit outside. I told you, stay your ass in the house. That's what your mama say. Your daddy tell you, it take money to make money. Son, you got to take that leap of faith and get your ass out there. When it come to girls, your mama say, I told you to talk to her. That's why you got your heart broke. Your daddy tell you, shit, she got a sister, go holler at a motherfucking sister. Shit, keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so at the end of the motherfucking day, that's why I'm saying, nah, don't look. That's you right. You right. His daddy in his ear playing mama. Hey, son, let's play it safe. That's 5 mil, bro. Nah, but his son, that's why I said I think it is. I swear it's his dad, because when I watched him on that other interview, Schofield Jr. kept saying over and over again. He kept saying over and over again. I told him, $1 million? Bet. Take the $1 million. His daddy was the one where they was gonna pay us 1.1 to fight Shakur. They need to pay us 1.2. See what I'm saying? Like, I think his son with the smoke, but I think daddy trying to get the maximum amount of money. But he understands you burning yourself because you ain't really proved yourself yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
maybe that's why they call him Auntie Schofield, man.
No, I ain't gonna do him like that. He do himself.
Why they call him that?
He remind me of Milli Vanilli, bro. That's what he remind me of, bro. But
all right, I got a question for everybody up here on the panel, because I am convinced, you know what I mean, that Manny Pacquiao is so in the red with PBC that they about to risk getting put in a fucking coma. Because did you see him at that press conference? That old motherfucker looked like Mr. Miyagi.
He damn sure do.
He looked like He about to get the shit beat out of Mario Barrios is about to look like the greatest boxer we ever seen getting in the ring. He should be ashamed for himself for even signing on to fight this
I
motherfucker,
reckon.
man.
I reckon it's the other way, Punch.
Like gray
I-
hair, like
I
wrinkles
reckon-
all over his face. How much money did you blow running for president in the Philippines, nigga?
No,
still
I
got
reckon
money.
it's the other way.
He still got money.
If
He made
the-
$150 million fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the
Yeah, he
fuck
still
are you
got money.
boxing, bro? It makes
I'm
no
about to
sense.
check his net worth right now.
Yeah, he still got money. He just, they raised money for him to try to become
Punch.
president.
Punch, have you
Shit's
considered it?
insane.
Have you considered it in opposite that Al still owes Manny money?
Yeah, because he's supposed to get that.
Well, why is Manny fighting?
Because he want to.
To get
So
his
he want-
next
so
pay.
he-
It ain't-
To
he
get
wanna
his
risk
next
his life.
check.
He want to risk
Yeah,
his life for money.
He could.
It's stupid when you already worth like $200 million. It's dumb.
Hey man,
This ain't no
That's all-
exhibition
that's
match,
all he know how
fella.
to
This is
do.
a real deal sanctioned fight, man. What the fuck?
I guarantee
What
if
doctor
he
signed
would've-
off on this,
if
bro?
he would have been president or congressman or whatever, we wouldn't be hearing from him.
This is the shit about boxing I don't like when they allow things like this, man. Listen, bro, this ain't Rocky.
I think
This ain't gonna be an inspiration story. He about to get
I
the
think
shit
he's the
beat
type
out
of
of him,
boxer
bro.
that you got. I think he's the type of guy that got to be busy. He's the type. He can't sit at home. He got to have something to do. He
Slick,
has to,
did you see his
he-
last
you know,
fight?
you know.
Did you see
Yeah,
how
he-
pissed off
yeah.
everybody was at that Japanese dude?
I mean, hey,
He
Everything
was
I'm
beating the
seeing
fuck. He's trying to railroad Randy Pacquiao, bro. And that nigga wasn't
Everything
even a seasoned fighter. Go ahead,
Everything
go
I see
ahead.
on Pacquiao say he worth around 200 million, bro.
yeah,
Everything.
He got
Yeah,
hella
what the
money
fuck
over
is
there.
he fighting
in the
for?
Philippines, it says he's a billionaire.
Yeah, go on his website.
That's what I
In
said. A person
Philippine
worth
money,
down
he's a
there
billionaire.
$200 million. Why are you fighting? Why?
This dude Bill still got a yacht
I
being
get
built,
exhibition
walking
matches,
through
yo,
it on
but you
his
look
YouTube.
terrible in your last exhibition
He
match.
give people
bro.
money
Terrible.
every morning. This dude got so much money over there in the Philippines. It's crazy. Do you know this
But,
dude got like
again,
milk? He
Yeah,
got
it said
milk.
in the Philippines he worth 12 billion.
He got gas stations, milk. He got so many things over there. It's crazy.
That's what I'm
Grocery
saying. So
stores.
my question is, outside of being fucking mentally fucking deranged for thinking he can do this, okay, what do y'all think is his real reason for actually stepping in the ring for a world title at 47 years old, man?
Want to be set a record, bro. He want to do something.
Yeah, I think it's
He
that
already set a record as an 8th division world champ. We'll never see it again.
It ain't
He-
enough.
he want to break that George Foreman record,
Yeah,
bro. He
it
want to
ain't
become the
enough.
oldest champion.
We know he getting old. He was getting
And
old
I mean,
before
yeah,
that,
Barrios is
that
definitely
fight
the
in
weakest
Japan,
of the
bro.
champions that he did pick. He's the weakest of the champions. It was a
You
good
know,
pick.
he was getting
But,
old when he
Man,
fought.
Barrios about to look spectacular against Manny Pacquiao.
What's the
bro.
Cuban fighter he fought?
Don't get it twisted.
Who?
Like-
Pacquiao.
I mean, did y'all see that fight against
He
that
been
Japanese
fighter he
guy
fought.
that Ryan
Ugas,
Garcia was about to
Ugas.
fight?
Oh, you Dennis
When he fought
Ugas?
Ugas, he said he lost because of what? I had my cramps in my legs. I couldn't get my legs to move because I got cramps in my
Ugas beat his
legs.
ass so bad he
Right
couldn't
there,
even
it was a
pick
wrap.
himself
I
after
was
that
like,
fight.
yeah, it's a wrap, bro. Them
Wasn't
big
that
ass
the
Yeah.
fight?
calves
Yeah,
giving
that's
out
the
on your
fight where
ass
they had the
finally.
video
You know
of
what
his
I'm saying?
wife feeding him, so they couldn't even lift his hands up to grab a spoon. You try and get no. What is wrong with this nigga, bro? Like I said, Rocky is a fictional character.
Yeah.
Nigga. Manny Pacquiao is about to get cooked. Don't believe the hype.
Real life Rocky,
Oh,
man.
I didn't say he was gonna win, bro. We was talking about why is he doing it. That's two
This
different
is
things.
that
the
was the
Rocky that
question.
fought Tarver, nigga. This is not the Rocky that fought Apollo Creed.
Yeah, that's the only answer that I could give you, Punch. The only reason I could think that Manny Pacquiao is still doing it is sometimes when you passionate about something, there's an addiction. And that might, for some people, that might just sound far-fetched, but it's the truth. It can become, your passion can become an addiction. And, you know, that addiction will lead you to continuously do something that you love over and over again if you can still do it, you know, and he feels like he could still do it. I mean, that's the only logical explanation that I could possibly fathom, bro.
Is that why I buy pay-per-views that I wish I shouldn't have? Is it an addiction to you?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I swear to
No
God,
lie.
this is the first year that I'm adopting to steal the fight. You know what I mean? That's my new motto, steal it.
Yeah, because some of this is not worth paying for, man.
Yeah, bro. This is I swear to God, man, on everything I love, y'all. This is the very
Get up
first
outta
year.
here. Get your
I'm
ass out. Get
Slick.
him out of there.
Remember, I had to ask you. I had to ask Slick Wacko see the free fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never
Yep.
knew because I
Yep.
never cared because I was gonna buy the fights.
Yep.
But yeah, man,
Starting to
shit,
get watered
hey, that's
down.
an
It's
addiction.
ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous to me, bro. Like, listen, man. Only once in my life, okay, did I see a fighter. You know what I mean? He was the champion. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I kind of forced it out of my mind. He was the champion. He defended his belt, and dude beat his ass so bad that he died the next day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The-
And he wasn't even an older guy. Like, you know what I mean? But I said to myself, like, damn, man, I don't ever want to see that again. Like, ever.
Well,
You know
how
what
old's
Danny
Derek
Black put in the
Chisora and Erslandy Lara might end up being around the same age by the time
again,
he gets
I
back in the
think
ring.
he's too old to
Nah.
still be in there too. He might look good against Danny Garcia, but if you put him in there against Janibek, he's leaving on a stretcher. See?
Yeah,
Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this shit's not a joke to me. And when they do shit like this is
yeah,
the shit
I'm
about
with
boxing
you.
that rubs me the wrong way. Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see too much of this
So,
shit in MMA. Like, these old
so
motherfuckers trying to do it because they get the shit beat out of them. Nobody want to see a
They do.
motherfucker
They go
get
somewhere else
brain
and do it.
damage. It's rare. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree, Punch. I agree, and
I
especially if you
don't like
somebody
this
like
type of shit, bro. So I probably ain't even gonna watch this for the first time. Really, I'm not gonna watch this, yo, because I don't want to watch that happen. Because I told you, I watched that fight against that
who do you
Japanese guy, bro. And that Japanese guy was beating the shit out of Manny Pacquiao, so much to the point where everybody got sick at that dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Punch?
It him so
Who
dirty.
do you think? Who do you think should have been the one to stop it from happening?
Like, personally,
Yeah.
like, you see, Freddie Roach didn't want no parts.
So I reckon it's the sanctioning body.
The sanctioning body
That
definitely shouldn't allow. That's why I said, who
they're
allowed this?
they're,
Like, he had to take
they're the
physical,
ones.
right?
you
And
think
the
they gonna
doctor
put
should have
that
been like,
money
hell
down?
no, just because of
Shit.
age.
You're right.
If I'm
Yeah,
the
but
doctor,
heavy,
Down, but they call it.
heavy.
That's it.
You can't have your pioneer two here as a sanctioning body and say, look, you've just had a rough fight, so you can't step in the ring for another 90 days. You have to have 90 days off for your own health. But then the following week, right? So it was yesterday's rules, not today's rules. We're going to allow a Hall of Famer effectively to come out of retirement at 46 and put his health at risk.
Yep.
yeah, I don't like
So
that shit, bro.
Me neither, bro. I've been saying they need to put that rule in there, man. 39 is it. 39 is it.
39 should be. You shouldn't be fighting professionally at 40 against a young in this prime champion, bro. Like, this is
No.
stupid. Like, and we seen it too, but like I seen, all right, now I seen another situation like that. Remember when Roy Jones fought that dude who had a broke neck?
He had a broken.
That's the dude. He went the whole round and dude didn't hit him one time. That he's still the only person in history to go a whole round and not get touched. That was that guy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And Roy Jones was telling when he was telling the story about that, he's like, nigga, I felt bad in the motherfucker fighting this dude. Like, and I'm looking at the ref like, stop it. Like, I don't want to knock this dude out. He had a broke fucking neck, nigga. I don't even. Why is he even in here fighting me? I'm the best fighter in the world. Why is he in here with me? Like, you know what I mean? That's the type of shit. And you just feel bad for this motherfucker because you see the look on Roy Jones' face like, what the fuck am I even fighting this dude for? Like, you know what I mean? This is what we about to really see with Manny
That's
Pacquiao.
how Ali
Manny
used to
Pacquiao
do,
is one of the
man.
greatest fighters to ever do it. I give him all the
don't
respect
feel
in the
bad.
world. He has nothing else to prove. What's the point, man?
He getting in that motherfucking ring by his own
Like,
choice.
I don't
his
want to
own
watch
motion.
that, bro.
Like I said, he believe in himself. You think he can do it? Ain't
That was
nobody
like
gonna be able to stop him.
watching Mike Tyson get cooked by that trash
he
ass
didn't
white
fight- if
dude
he
when
wasn't
you knew
fighting
his
this
career
fight,
was
he
over.
was
Like,
gonna
bro,
fight
I don't
somewhere
want
else.
to watch this.
Be real with you.
Ali versus Larry Holmes. Nigga, I don't want to watch this.
Man, I've always
You know what I'm
advocated
saying?
for them
I don't like shit like that, bro.
to stop fighting at a certain age.
George
I just
Foreman was a
think it's
101, nigga.
And I
He
think for
was.
me, just seeing those older fighters when they talking and shit and they can't barely
Right.
talk,
Yeah.
and
Right.
nigga, we know what that's from.
Right.
That's from
right.
you fighting past your prime, nigga. First of all,
Where?
you've been fighting all your life. You've been getting blows to the head, whether it's sparring, headgear or not. You've been taking blows to your head your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Now at 46 to get in there with no headgear on and want to fight professionally against a nigga who's what, like I think he's 16 years younger or some shit. How old is Barrios? Like 30?
Bar's like 30.
Mm-hmm.
Way younger.
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro.
Like, nigga, you ain't still got the same feet. You ain't still got the same movement. I watched your last fight, bro. You look like an old ass washed up
Hey, you
fighter.
ain't
You
lying,
still
bro.
trying to
You
relive
ain't
your
got
glory
none of
days,
that.
but you don't even need to do it, like, at
God
all.
damn it. I feel like I could do it, but boy, you asked me to get some from under the couch, man. I'd be like, fuck you.
Like, bro,
I'm
you
not
see
getting down
Mayweather, he
there.
came out of
I'm
his
calling
prime
my
to fight
kids from
Conor
upstairs.
McGregor.
Hey, get
Nigga,
this
I
for
knew,
me.
he knew he was going to cook, nigga. Like, you're not going to
I-
see Floyd Mayweather come out of his prime and try to fight, nigga, goddamn Terrence Crawford. Yeah, right.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is the type of shit Pacquiao about to try to do.
And faculty's important. And Pacquiao probably about to be a granddaddy and some more shit.
Man, like, did you see him at that press conference? Nigga look like old ass Mr. Miyagi. What is you doing?
His
Sit
face
your
got
old
bigger,
ass
too.
down
The
and
weight
enjoy
on his
your
face,
money
bro.
and your lifestyle, bro. What is you doing? You don't even need to do this shit. Like you
But
said,
I-
Tito, $200 million.
Get ready, though, because
Yeah.
they people like, man, he still got, look at his speed on the bag, y'all. They will be showing all that
Man,
shit.
Mike Tyson tricked us all, nigga. I'm not falling for it again.
It's the niggas around him though, man. That's who's supposed to stop it. It's his team, it's his family, it's his
Man, look at
friends.
this wife. His wife is probably losing her fucking mind right now.
Yeah, they're like it's them niggas, man.
Like,
It's their
you know,
fault.
like, if that was
Ultimately,
my
it's their
dad, I'd
fault.
be like, hell no, man. What are you
Ultimately,
doing?
it's their fault, bro.
Like they all just letting this shit happen. Like that shit is crazy to me, bro. Like, and yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that type shit, bro. So yeah, I won't be watching that one, bro.
But genuinely, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested in
Yeah, I'm not.
seeing
Yeah, that's what
Pacquiao
I'm
come
saying.
back.
Not that I'm not going to watch it. It's just,
Even if it was
it's not
Floyd
an appealing
Mayweather,
fight,
bro, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
watching this shit.
It's just
Like,
not
I'm
an
not
appealing
interested.
fight.
I don't want to watch some of my old favorite fighters get the shit beat out of them
If
because they don't know
Pacquiao
what
would
to
have beat Thurman, beat Ugas, and kept beating these, kept on a consistent basis, once a year.
When he lost the bum
knocking
ass
these lines out, then
Ugas,
I
nigga,
probably
you
would
knew
be less
Pacquiao
like,
was
okay.
done, nigga. He made
But you
Ugas a
taking big
star.
ass
Ugas was
layoffs
always
and shit
trash,
like that,
nigga.
you know what I mean? In between, it don't make sense.
Now, even at 40 for Pacquiao, because of who he was, and you knew he was just this extremely
40,
exceptional fighter.
46 heavy.
Should have retired
That
after
was
Keith
cool.
Thurman win.
No,
That
he
was
said
46.
if he was,
You shocked
40.
the world. You beat Keith Thurman. You should have retired
But
right
46 is nah, man. That's you
46 is
super
way too
past your
old.
prime, bro. You
That's
super.
way too old.
You forget your
You're
AARP card.
you're about 10 years past your prime, bro. No, man, that's too much, bro.
You
That's
forget
too
the-
much.
you
And it's
supposed to be
not
trying
like
to get your
Pacquiao hasn't been
AARP
in some
card,
fucking wars,
your
bro. It's not
discounts
like
with
he had
State
that fucked
Farm.
up defense like
You
Floyd.
supposed to be, you know what I'm
See,
saying?
here in Virginia, he's 4 years out from being a certified senior citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swear to God. Like I call it
Interesting,
nigga
though,
Mr.
that
Miyagi. I talk my shit and all that, but like he really just an old ass man about to get in there with somebody younger than his prime. It's just
Damn, in Virginia, you a senior citizen at 50?
At 50, my nigga.
Yeah.
and like he
Senior
ain't got that
citizen.
like Barroso power. You know what I mean? What advantage do he have in this fight? But do you think he still got that blistering speed he had? Fuck no.
Well, they say the last thing to go is power, so I guess he just like Rocky, man, working on them hurt bombs.
I don't know what he gonna
Leg
do,
shot.
He gonna get them cramps. I
Rocky
hope he
didn't
got his
start out at
bananas.
118, nigga.
He
Rocky
be
was
What?
buying bananas, man.
I don't know what's worse for Barrios.
Gotta work on them hurt bombs, man.
But you gotta understand
gotta
it's a
just hit-
lose for Barrios, yo. If Barrios
gotta-
if
gotta
Barrios
eat-
lose,
gotta eat
everybody
one
gonna
banana
laugh
per
at him because he
punch.
lost to an old
He-
man. And Barrios beat the fuck out of him. Everybody's gonna be mad that he cooked the grape. Like it's one of them
He gotta
situations you
hit
can't win.
Mario with one of them hurt bombs, man. He gotta hit him with one of them hurt bombs. That's the only
Barrios
shot he
is
got.
Kenny though, so he could put Barrios down if he catches him with one of them clean ones. But
Man.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm telling you right now, the odds on that fight gonna be so lopsided, bro.
Crazy.
This gonna make you bet on Pacquiao.
It's a
Just
trash
because.
fight, man.
Bad fight.
Pure garbage, man.
Now, if I'm gonna tell you something, if fight night come and they got Pacquiao as a favorite, hey, it's something going on there, bro. Mario's gonna lose, bro.
It's no way Pacquiao's gonna be the favorite, bro.
No,
if he is,
no.
y'all know who gonna win. If he the favorite, I'm telling you know who gonna win, bro. Ain't no way he should be the favorite.
Yeah, it's no way.
Spill
Yeah,
Spell that out.
he's not gonna be the favorite.
Spell that out for me.
What?
No, spell it out for me. I don't understand. What do you mean if Pacquiao's the favorite?
Oh, if he the favorite, the fix in, bro. Fuck that.
The fix is all the way in.
The fix in.
What-
Ain't no way.
what do you
That
mean?
should be the
There's
most
no-
lopsided motherfucking.
There's no fixes in
I'm
boxing.
talking about it should be so lopsided it'll make everybody bet on Pacquiao. Goddamn it.
I bet it's gonna be some shit like Pacquiao plus 400 type shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's not gonna be too
Bet
I
crazy.
say
$10.
I say plus 1,200.
I'm so mad they need to
No,
get this sports.
you
It's
think
gonna
they're
be
gonna
that
have
huge. 12.
Barrios 1,000,
Yo,
a
heavy.
1,000 plus
Pacquiao is
minus
46,
1,000
bro.
favorite?
He's
Shit.
46, bro. Them odds is gonna be crazy.
You ain't gonna win shit off Barrios.
Hold up, now that the fight made, they might already got some up here. Let me see.
It's a lot of crazy shit going on. What y'all think about that? How disrespectful Edgar Belunga was at that press conference. Think he crossed the line, aiming a gun at his face and
He
shooting.
gotta do it. He gotta do it.
That shit could blow up in your face when you come
He
out
gotta
that tough
do
and
it.
then get beat the fuck up.
For one, you gotta sell yourself because you have no promotion. None. He's on his own. He's out in murky water.
Oh, damn. So as of right now, Barrios, Manny Pacquiao's plus 470. I was close as a bitch.
So would.
Pacquiao's plus 470.
Yeah, it'll be plus 1,200 by fight night.
I'm gonna bet on Pacquiao just because. $20 just in case.
Dang.
But no, Belanga had to do that. Plus, he knew what he was against. How much she raised to being that tall?
Oh, they got Tim Zul, the favorite,
so,
over Sebastian Fondor too, bro. Right
oh
now.
hell yeah, he was winning that first fight, bro.
He's minus 142.
Not surprised. They both look fabulous in their last fights, though, man. So
oh, Pacheco fighting McCumbee on that joint.
Yep.
For real?
Word.
That gonna be a good one.
Ben Rodriguez versus a nobody.
Of course.
I ain't know McCumbee was. I like McCumbee.
I like McCumbee too. He just don't got no gas. He was whooping Caleb Plant's ass in the first half of that fight, and Caleb turned it up on him, and it was over.
Fucking Pacheco, he got lucky versus Steve Nelson, bro. He lucky Nelson ain't had a right game plan. He's supposed to win that fight.
All right, so I seen an interview from Bob Arum. You know, he be saying some crazy shit, but he said something funny and super interesting to me. He said Canelo Alvarez then deteriorated into a fighter that fights to cash checks and that cement his legacy. How y'all feel about that?
For sure. He's been saying it for the longest.
For sure.
That's actually hilarious to me.
When you really think about it, Canelo always cries about these fighters not coming to fight.
After the
or
boring
running
fight, you know,
he always crying about that particular style, but you don't want to fight anybody who wants to bang with you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? How can you continuously cry about those styles and be disappointed when you get in there and these guys run and you know they're more than likely they're gonna run, but you don't want to fight Benavidez who you know ain't gonna go nowhere.
That's right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
True.
You should
That's
never.
crazy.
He should never cry about that shit. But yeah,
I
he's
agree.
absolutely right.
I agree. I never heard nobody say that in that way. But that caught my attention, man. I was like, that was spot on, Bob.
Said that shit.
Spot on, Bob.
Yeah. Man, the Bob father be niggas be hating on Bob. And I know he probably didn't have his racial shit in the past, but
hell yeah.
The bean. 90-something years old, you ain't doing nothing but telling the truth.
Oh, fuck no. He don't give a goddamn.
He ain't got no time to bullshit.
Ain't got no time to bullshit. I'm 90-something, man.
There been a lot of crazy shit going on, man. Because I enjoyed a lot going on with the when Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda was facing off, and Clarissa Shields is loud as fuck in the background. You see how nicely said, "Shut up, bitch." I loved it. He said it in a nice way though, but that's what he really meant. Why was she turned up like that? I'm like, bitch, that ain't Papoose up there.
She fuck with Shakur, man.
She was going way too hard.
She fuck with Shakur. She fuck
gonna
with
make
Bud.
Papoose jealous heavy.
No, I'm telling you, she be doing the same shit for Bud, the same shit for Keyshawn. She fuck with them niggas.
I was like, that Clarissa out there loud as fuck.
She fuck with Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
She's funny. She hate Tank though. She don't fuck with that nigga.
Nah, yeah, she don't really fuck with Tank.
He called her ugly as hell. She ain't like that.
He be joning on
her. He be on her ass.
Bro.
He said, "You ugly as hell. You better cut."
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't never found her attractive. You know what I mean?
No,
when
she's not pretty. She got a nice body though.
You know how the females put a lot of makeup on, they kind of look like somebody else. That's when I be like, she decent.
Yeah,
but other than that,
you gotta take these girls today to the pool.
When she was getting into it with Alicia Baumgart,
first day we going
like,
to the
please
pool.
don't play the looks game because Alicia look way better. Don't do it, please. Because she
when
tried to play
you
the
got
looks
your
game.
makeup on, that's when you the prettiest. I hope you won't
That's not
take
good
it
when you only
wrong.
look good in makeup, nigga. Bad sign.
Cause that goddamn makeup be caked
They
up.
gotta wake up before you to put their face on. Because
Yeah.
you're not gonna recognize them. You know it's a problem when her face
Facts.
light skin, her neck dark skin. That shit ain't
When
right.
I see pictures of her, I know when she got her face full of makeup and when she don't.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And when she
So,
do got all of the makeup
yeah.
on,
they believe
she
in
all
that
right.
shit.
So you know, Bill Haney and Jamal Charlo been going at it recently.
They have?
Yeah,
He
I
told
saw
Bill
something
Haney to
not
act
too
your
long
fucking
ago
age.
about that.
You living in your through your son because you wish you was him. Act your age, old nigga. You'll never be one of us.
Yeah.
That's what Jamal
shit.
Charlo said to Bill Haney. And you know what, nigga? I completely agree. Nigga,
Hold up, he
I
told
think
him to
he is
act his
living
fucking
through his son.
age
I
and
think he
he'll
do
never
wish the
be.
roles was reversed. What y'all think about that one?
Hold up, time out. He told Bill Haney to act his age and that he'll never be one of us, like what?
Like a prize fighter, like
like
a
a
rich ass
fighter.
prize fighter, like one of us. Like he'll never be your son, nigga. So stay in your lane, old man. Basically.
Well, why? How they get to that point? Like, what happened? Bill must have had some
Because
comments
he
about
said
his fight.
Devin was boring as hell in this fight. He ran the whole time, and Bill been crashing out on every fighter. That said the only one who called him trash and he ain't get zero response is Gary Antoine. He ain't say shit back to him yet.
Yeah, I was about
Everybody
to say,
else
like,
that called Devin trash or said that fight was boring, Bill Haney been crashing out on it. He tried that shit with Jamal Charlo, and Jamal Charlo snapped out.
yeah, but you can't be mad at them niggas for their opinion, and it's true. Bro, everybody know that shit's true, bro. That shit was
ran all night, man. This is what it is, man.
Yeah, that shit was a trash fight, bro. It was trash.
Trash ass fight, bro.
It was trash. I keep it a beanbag. It was the shit was a garbage fight.
It basically said you too old to be acting the way you act. Like, nigga, you're not Devin. Like, let Devin fight his own battles, nigga. You don't need his daddy always jumping in the way, nigga. Sit your old ass down. And I was like, damn.
But why you want to
clap
clap back
Bill like that? Like,
that's what I never understood about some of these niggas. And why you clapping back at niggas about their opinion? It's an opinion.
It's just an opinion, bro.
It's an opinion, bro.
Like, nigga, Devin's not even saying nothing to me, bro. Like,
what you do, Heavy, is you tell the fans, your own fans, right, that they're shit and you don't know what you're talking about. So you can still be a fan of Devin Haney and say, we didn't like that performance. It wasn't one of your best. And in the meantime, you got someone jumping over the top and saying, man, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, okay. If that's what I think I'm hearing, I will go somewhere else, and you don't get my money next time your boy fights. It doesn't make sense. It's counterintuitive.
I agree with you.
People are entitled to their opinion, especially when you're a popular fighter. And if you come out and tell the world that we're going to see a new, improved version of you, and then we see a worse version that we've seen, nigga, you're going to get scrutiny for it, bro. So you shouldn't be surprised. Like, that didn't look good, bro. You didn't show us nothing. You showed us shaky legs and you stayed on your bicycle all night worse than you ever did. Like,
and if anybody's opinions hold water, if anybody's opinions hold water or should be valued, it's the opinions of other fighters. Fuck the fans.
And all the fighters genuinely said the same thing. Right?
I appreciate the opinions of the fighters.
Now, one fighter said that was a good performance. They all said, bro, he ran all night. I don't know what that was. He just nervous.
Yeah, bro.
Some niggas, like Tim Bradley kept it a buck. Like, he got changed. He's different. It's like Ryan Garcia changed him. He's never going to be the same Devin Haney.
Yeah, man. I respect all that shit, man.
Like, man, that's true.
Paulie Malignaggi, Tim Bradley, Gary Antoine, Charlo. Them niggas ain't lying. Them niggas just keeping it real.
For real, what do Nan always say about fighters? Always. He always hammered this home with us. Always. Fighters, they're fragile. Like, one bad loss could fuck up their psyche for their whole career, bro. It's like the Yits, nigga. It's like a catcher who can't throw the first base or a fucking golfer that can't putt, nigga. Do something to their psyche, nigga, where they can't never fix that shit again, bro. So they never fight the same again because they're afraid that's going to happen to them again. Yeah. And nobody understand what that's like until you get knocked the fuck out in front of 30,000 people. Like, that's some embarrassing shit. Or drop, even if you don't get knocked out. You get the shit beat out of you in front of a whole lot of people, and then you got everybody laughing at you afterwards.
That's the risk you take, goddamn.
I don't know if I can handle that shit.
Point.
I mean, I'm not famous though, but I understand that's a risk you take. But everybody act like they got thick skin, but come on, man, everybody don't. Bro.
That's why you make the big bucks, man. That risk.
You know what I mean? But you gotta know that come with you when you a star. Yeah,
that come with the
people gonna love the hate you, nigga. It just is what it is. Like, everybody's not gonna love you, bro, no matter who you are. Like, and if you are one of them people who try to put on that glossy ass image,
Nobody wanted to
all
see
they gonna
him
do is
That
stand
shit
there
wait
just
and
for
come
a
with the
book to come out
territory,
your
bro.
ass. Like, remember Michael Jordan? Remember the book, nigga? Michael Jordan, all that dirt came out of Michael Jordan. Niggas couldn't believe it. So, like, yeah, like the glossy image and everything. I always say be real, be who you are from the gate. But at the same time, boxers do shit like argue with fans online and shit. Like, you do know these are niggas who, kind of
Pay,
sign checks, niggas.
pay
But
your
we,
bills,
like,
essentially.
we entitled to our opinion. But like today's fighter can't handle, like, what I mean, criticism. So like, if you can't handle
But that's
criticism, bro,
criticism
what you
from
gonna
your
do?
peers, man. Like when
Like,
it's
yeah,
coming
these are
from
your
your
peers,
peers,
nigga. Like, these are
I
niggas who
think
do
it's
the
They
same
gotta
different,
thing
be
bro.
as you.
different.
Yeah,
So
it's
like, these are
different.
niggas that you consider greats, like that you looked up to, like when you was that made you, inspired you to become a fighter. So their opinion don't mean nothing to you. Because I seen people get real disrespectful with Roy Jones, and if Roy Jones is critiquing me and telling me I need to do something wrong. Well, nigga, you was the greatest fighter I ever seen ever. So I'm definitely gonna value your opinion. Today's
Hey,
boxer
man,
telling me
it's
go
your
fuck
peers
themselves,
and
bro.
then
It's
like
insane.
he ought to be ashamed of himself, man. You getting after Jamal Charlo for his opinion.
Weird. And that's why Jamal kind of said, like, bro, like, what are you talking? Like, you too old for this shit, bro.
Yeah, it's just an
Like, you just
opinion,
too
man. At
old
the
for
end of
this
the
shit.
day.
Like, I'm not gonna argue with an old ass man like who trying to argue with me when the constructive criticism or something we all gotta learn to deal with, and it help. Like, instead of nigga arguing with everybody, why don't you say, well, what you think I did wrong? Give me some pointers. Yeah, this is what it's about. But no, nigga, that's why everybody come out and say you trash, because they know what your reaction is gonna be. Fuck me. So it's like, well, all right, it's
But
like
this
trash.
my thing is, it's just niggas' honest opinion. It's not like niggas got something against Devin Haney. Niggas just is being honest. It was a
But
trash fight.
yeah, and then what happened? I trained with this guy, trained with this guy. You're gonna see a new improved version, and then that's what we get, bro. Come
It was
on.
trash, man.
Trash.
Yeah, I
Shit
think
was
that's
It
trash.
was bad.
it was the way they sold it, and I think a lot of people just wanted to see a glimpse of,
I
nobody
forget who.
expected him to stand there and fight Ramirez in the middle of the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I mean,
we
but throw
wanted to
some
see some
punches.
engagement on
That
his
shit was.
That's
behalf.
all.
They threw 70 total punches for
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
fight, Slick.
Right.
There
That
was
shit
no
was
element of
atrocious, bro.
excitement in that fight. No element of
Wow.
excitement. It was painful to watch, to be honest, bro. It was painful to watch.
Yeah, I
It
was
was just
falling asleep,
trash.
Right,
man.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think it was I'm gonna sit here and be real. I don't think Devin was scared. I think that he was looking forward to the fight, forward to the fight ahead, and he didn't want to take no punishment. And that's why I really think that's something you can't do. That's something they gonna have to stop doing, promising these bigger fights ahead, because then you're gonna drown out the entertainment of
Great
the
point.
fight that they have. So when he was smiling, running around, smiling, and all of that stuff, and engaging when he had to engage and getting out of trouble, I really feel like that he was banking on Ryan to come pull through. You know what
No,
I'm saying? And and be ready for
Well,
that
you
fight.
know what? Now that we're
no
talking about
incentives.
engaging, I've heard a few people talk about a rule. First person I heard talk about it was Showbiz, the adult. Dude's pretty plugged into the boxing scene, and he read a whole thing like, all right, a rule
He
where
did that.
where there's a certain amount of punches you got to throw every round.
He did that. He suggested they
That
should make a rule.
is interesting.
He suggested that to the Ring magazine that
They
should be a
should.
rule of excessive running. I
That's
don't agree with it.
I like it.
No,
Yeah,
because
Slick,
Oh,
you
for
and I
real?
spoke about this.
yeah, we already talked about this.
I
But
like
how
it.
would you?
That's given. We already got enough of the ref being in between when he
Fuck
shouldn't
it, turn
be in.
into a
That's
tough
too
man
much.
contest. That running shit's getting annoying, bro.
Oh, so hold up, real quick. It would be up to the ref to kind of like
Yeah,
when it's
the only
excessive.
way.
When
It'd
it's
be
excessive holding,
No,
he'll take a
right.
point for excessive holding,
Right.
and then he'll be able to take a point for excessive moving and running.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like
I
it.
don't.
I like
I
it.
don't.
I like it.
Nah, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
That's a
I
slippery
like
slope.
it, bro.
Wow.
How
Because
is it
if I'm
slippery,
using
Slick?
my feet, because think about it, if I'm using my feet and I'm engaging, I'm the one starting. And
But
I'm
no, he's not
popping
going
off
to
to one
take
or
it
two.
if you engage.
But that's what I'm saying right there. What if you got a ref that don't know? How many times we seen ref do some dumbass shit? How many times we seen refs they stop fights early? How many times we seen ref take points when it just wasn't
Every
like, what the
weekend.
fuck are you doing? Like,
Every
stop playing,
weekend.
bro. Or they don't take points when it should be. You do constantly forearming a person or constantly hugging. It's not taking one. He's constantly warning them, but not taking that point. So you giving too much power to that referee to be God. If he does not like you, and you get smart with him, okay, Shakur, let me see you take more than 4 steps back. Watch what's going to happen to you.
See,
You see what I'm saying? And
and
they're
I-
not they're not going to tell the ref no. They're going to ride with it. So like, I think
I
that's just a
agree
little
with
too
you,
much.
Slick. Like, I think that I've always said that the consumers don't understand the actual power that they've got. What I mean by that is that if you've got an exciting come forward fighter, you're going to generate a fan base that are going to pay for your fights. If you're a crafty, move your feet, you're slick, those sorts of things, and it appears to fans that you're not willing to engage, well, you only actually get paid how many pay-per-views or how many gate sales that you actually sell. So to Slick's point, that if you don't promise a bigger fight coming up, right, we're not going to promise you that, and we're not going to offer you a bag until we look at your performance this week. Right? Forget about next week. Show us what you've got this week, and we'll adjust our
It's never
plans
gonna work
for
that
you.
way.
Well, and there lies the problem.
They shouldn't have mentioned. They should have mentioned the next fight in the first place. The fighter that's ahead of you should be what you're worrying about. Not tell me like what he did on that phone in the Berlanga press conference. You know, telling them that greater things are to come, Shakur, you know, and Tank and this is and the third. Like, no, you could have kept that on the under and just based it upon their performances and made that instead of throwing it out there like that.
Or incentives. Like,
You know,
if you throw 800 punches this fight, you get extra 100K type shit.
yeah,
Hell
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, something like
I
that.
like
Like
that.
that's what overtime do. You get a knockout, you get extra money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you know what I mean?
Stuff
Get the
like that.
incentives for the knockout,
But-
get the incentive for
but
the
that-
punch output.
Yeah, that I think that's what's drowning the game. Like you doing too.
But
Well,
I
and
agree.
they could
If
do
you
like a
already know
probably
you got
like
a
a-
fight lined up that you're gonna make millions off, and all you got to do is get past this nigga, you're gonna be cautious. You know,
Right, exactly.
You might get a trash fight for sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so another thing I need to ask. I know Slick or Heavy. I know y'all know the answer to this because this caught me way off guard. I just recently found out about this. So Dana White's out at TKO. What happened?
He not out. Everybody missed.
I've been reading Dana White is out.
They said
Yeah,
Turkey
Dana
fired
White-
him. I don't know how true that is.
He's not
I've been
fired,
hearing
bro.
like she's like
He's still in
he
control
didn't
of-
go- This is what Mark just put up there. Mark said, "Did Dana get sacked for not calling?"
He got
Turkey
sacked.
directions?"
There you go. He got sacked. Meaning put in the background, bro. Remember, I've been
Fucking
following
Mark.
this shit from the jump. If you go back to that
So
picture,
So
I
why
had
they
posted on
why
one-
they demoted his ass? What
I'm
happened?
trying. It's not no. He never was demoted. It was never. He was
Mark's
never
son of a bitch.
100% the guy. If you go back and look at the photo that I had posted on that when I first announced that TKO and he was signing with him, right? The photo already had Sella in the background. The dude on the left is Sella. It was never he wanted to see what would come of UFC. He wanted to see what would come of that, but it was never written in stone. So there was no contract between him and Dana. It was between TKO.
Then why do the announcement with Dana White? What happened?
The announcement is no. He did a announcement. He let Dana White announce it and say that he liked the way UFC move and he liked the way he worked, but he didn't say he inked a deal with him. He inked a deal with TKO. Dana White don't own TKO.
Yeah, I know that, but I thought Dana White was running his boxing promotion, right?
No, he said he wanted to work with him to get it up and running within the next 5 years, but nothing was inked. That's why he can go and say, well, Sella gonna do this fight.
All right, yeah, none was inked. So what made him change his mind on Dana? That's what I want to know.
Because of the I think it was the bad press. That's the only thing. The bad press, the negativity around Dana, and it just didn't. It's not flowing.
So
well.
there was a ton of backlash for having this associated with Dana,
Yeah,
or having Dana take over.
Don't tell me it's
I think
of the Trump shit.
I'm be honest with you. I think both of them shot themselves in the foot when you announce the shit way ahead of time and switching things up and this and the third. And I'm gonna take this, and I don't do this often. I agree with Dana on those times where he was kind of trying to tell Turkey shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? When they was going on a press run and all of that shit, and he was like, "Yo, like you can't just be saying shit like that." You know what I mean? You making it because you make it harder on a person because with the public, if you can't come through with it, they crucify you for it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be real with you. Dana probably happy like shit. Go
Like
ahead,
we
dog.
doing the Schofields.
You know what I'm saying? Right. He probably like, go ahead, dog, do your thing.
Boy,
Sell
he
it,
just took a ton of pressure off of Dana.
right. So for people to say that, I know a ton of people are saying this might not be a ring card. That may not be true neither, though. Just because Sella has done the cards for Riyadh don't mean that Sella can't do a card for Ring. And all the details at the end of his text, at the end of his message on X, it said more details coming soon. So I mean, I know a lot of people want to read into it like, oh my God, but he inked a deal with TKO. He didn't ink a deal with UFC and Dana. Dana is up under TKO. TKO owns UFC.
In my opinion, I think he heard the cries and understood that Dana White just probably wasn't the best fit for and for especially a fight of this magnitude.
Yeah, what progress has he done? Think about
that's
it. From the
saying.
time
He's
that he think of the
no
the time they
experience
announced it
on
on
the boxing side
ESPN.
was something this big.
Remember on ESPN? They was both on there. Between that time and now, what did Dana even put out remotely to deal with boxing? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So he looking at Dana like, bro, I got one of the biggest fights finna come up in a matter of months, and you ain't said shit. Okay, man, I gave you your shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gave you your shot. Now let's see what Sella could do. You see what I'm saying? But Sella is with TKO as well. That's the part people leaving out. They're like, oh, Sella do it with Riyadh. No, Sella inked the deal the same day with TKO.
Shout out Rob. Rob,
you know
Rob I mean? Goofy ass. Let me tell y'all this real quick. Rob Goofy ass called me talking about, look what your boy Turk did. I want you to put the turban on your neck. Put that turban back on. Your next fight. He talking about the fight taking place in Sella.
In Sella. Oh my God. No, man.
I say, Rob, no, that's the promoter. He said, no, man, the fight taking place in Riyadh, man, in Sella.
No, man, it's the promoter, bro. It's Sella. It's the personal investment fund, Sella, and TKO. That's promoting it.
Bless his heart. I said, Rob, you got to put the tabloids down, man. They confusing you.
Hell no. It's the team up is the personal investment fund, Sella. Personal investment fund, basically, you know who that is. Sella and TKO. So I'm waiting to see what they put together.
Yeah,
you know
I'm familiar with Sella because that's who puts together the fights in Riyadh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was only natural that he brung. And who's to say, like, in business, bro, you a player motherfucker to get your way. Dana could have been his way in to get the deal with TKO. Bringing Sella along with him in back his mind, like, bro, you finna do this shit. They don't know that though. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I know what you could produce.
And this is what people got to understand, because a lot of people feel like he might be burning bridges, speaking about Turkey or doing business the wrong way. And just like I told Rob and I told another friend of mine, y'all got to understand, more than likely, Turkey ain't even turned a profit since he been fucking with the sport of boxing. No. He don't give a fuck.
No, it's not about. I've been saying this from the beginning. Remember,
give a fuck.
Saudis is different, bro.
I've been saying this from the jump when everybody was saying, man, he got to be trying to make something,
bro. This boxing money is peanuts, bro.
Man, they've been trying this. They've been trying this since early 2000s when they was trying to get in golf, bro. This ain't the first.
I think niggas don't understand.
He don't give a fuck about.
Saudis is rich on a level that we don't fully understand. Like
people didn't follow the timeline, bro. It was inevitable when he tried to do. Do y'all remember Skill Challenge?
Give a fuck.
Y'all remember Skill Challenge? The Arabic cards used to come on the zone. Those was his. All of that was his, bro.
Right.
Well, theirs, the Prince. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it turned to Riyadh. When it got popular, it turned to Riyadh season. And then every Riyadh season, you guarantee to have what? Some Arabic fighter on there, aren't you? Every Riyadh card. He found after he saw wasn't nobody really tuning into the all Arabic cards, he was like, you know what I gotta do? I gotta bring other fighters to bring attention to these other fighters. He know what he's doing. Also, it's a bigger game plan in all of this. But because if you read, I don't know how deep y'all into politics, but you know, like Saudi, they giving us money at the moment. So it's a bigger deal.
They giving us big cash, boy.
Yeah, like 250 billion or some shit, trillion.
But I just need for people to understand that they don't give a fuck.
No,
they
rich from the jump. When people remember Heavy, when you used to be like, he gotta be doing this money. He can't just keep throwing.
Swimming in cash.
They don't care.
Yeah,
the personal investment fund over there.
Oh, I know. I never said they was doing it for money. I said they was doing it for.
No, when we was talking about Turkey, he can't keep doing it. It ain't gonna it's gonna end. And I was like, remember when I was like, it might end. That's back then when I was like, I've seen this before with Don King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Don King disappears. What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? And then DJ was like, don't say that because what if he stay? I'm like, I hope he do stay, but I can't help be a little leery of it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
now
because I've looked that shit up early on. That nigga, they playing with trillions over there.
Yeah, man, more than that, bro.
More than that.
More
They
than
making
that,
big
bro.
money. Big money.
I'm
big
talking
money.
about more than that, boy. Man,
Bro, they all
bro.
live in like palaces and shit. They're rich. Fuck,
Yeah.
Bro, that shit crazy,
Like,
bro.
stupid.
But like,
And see, he's oversees entertainment. All
but see,
entertainment
that's
that
the
got to
thing.
do with Saudi, that nigga's in
I'm
charge
glad
of.
you said that. I'm glad you said that. But
You
that's
feel
all
me?
he is. That's all he is. He's like, I hate to say use the term, but like a gesture. Whatever the prince wants, he got to get. He got to make it happen.
Man,
He's
sign me up.
What's
I'll be
what's
the court jester like a
he's the court,
motherfucker.
me too. He's the coordinator.
I
He's
put my little shit on.
He's what the
goddamn.
first lady is to the president. She sets all the parties up. She does all of them things, you know, and all that.
Court
And that's no
jester like a
disrespect.
motherfucker.
That's no disrespect. But now everybody just catching up to speed to that term because everybody now saying it now. But we're beyond that. This man, when he bought Ring Magazine, and when I said y'all have no idea what y'all did, now he owns a piece of American boxing. He's
But
only
see,
gonna
now,
move.
that's not the Crown Prince though. Now the Crown Prince
that's
is Riyadh.
his. Right.
That ring shit is
It's
Turkey.
his, right?
Yeah.
And he throwing cards off of it. That's his shit. He wanted to find his own niche and get in. He don't want to keep being up somebody's thumb.
He got from because I truly believe he loved the sport. God knows,
100%. Man, you see that dude Room? Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he loved the
bro.
sport.
No, did y'all see that nigga Room?
Yeah, I seen that.
I didn't.
Man, this dude got
that.
every fight known to motherfucking man, bro, from VHS to DVD.
Every fight.
Bro, I was like, bruh.
That nigga
He got like a DVD player, Blu-ray player, VCR, all stacked on top of each other. Bruh.
Word.
Damn, bro.
He fucked with it.
Like, you see what these rich ass
bro.
niggas be
That's
having?
why-
They be having crazy collections.
That's
They
why I
got space
respect
for all
him.
that shit.
That's
He
why I
got
respect
hard.
him
He
because
got
the way
boxing
I've
instruction
seen
tapes
him,
in there and shit. That shit was hard, bro.
the way I receive Turkey, and maybe people don't see it the way I see it, and I've said this on several videos. He a fan. He just happened to be a fan in that position. That's just like tomorrow I woke up and fucking Punch playing with trillions. What are you gonna do, Punch? You fuck with boxing, you get to just go ahead and make fights.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
With a
How
little
can you
push
not
too, though.
love and respect that?
You know, he had a big brain tumor, and so like that's why he had made that. He said, "God willing, long, you know how much time I got." So that's his little push too, though, like to make these fights because you don't know if he'll come back or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
or whatnot,
for sure.
You know?
I would do the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah. So, but now he got and then the way he garnered everybody up, that's all under his thumb. He on what 10% or 12% of the zone.
The zone.
So
yeah.
no matter what show they
But
throw,
that's not the Turkey. That's the zone. I mean, that's the Crown Prince.
Yeah.
That's the Crown Prince.
They eating, bro.
Who just gave America
the Prince?
$800 billion?
You
Like
cleared it up for me. The Prince on what so many percent of
billion
SNK
like
now?
America.
SNK. Yep.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You see what happened? Trump said these motherfuckers is robbing us, nigga.
All that shit dropped last month.
Now, hold on. I want to say this since anybody brought it up. Now, I said this on my last show. Everybody worrying about everybody else. They ushering in. It started with him. They ushering in the Japanese fighters. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see Gary Antoine Russell finna fight next, right?
Yeah.
Japanese fight Hiroka, right?
Hiroka,
they giving them chances now. They finna be coming over.
Andy Cruz is fighting a Japanese nigga.
Yep.
Brian Norman about to fight a Japanese
on that card too.
nigga.
They ushering them in. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Brian Norman going over there. Brian Norman going over to Japan to fight.
What's his name? Jutano or that nigga's popping.
Yep.
Yeah, that the Japanese shit coming on in.
Or Sumi, what my kids call him Umizumi, but what's his name? The little young kid, the one that's the ring ambassador now.
Yeah,
he fight.
He
about to fight again on the Shakur
or whatever. I know who you talking about.
Rikishi to Zumi, some shit like that. Yeah, on everything. I'm telling you, he ushered, and I like it.
That's a big market.
Without that, we wouldn't be getting that, and that's how I think as Americans we tend to forget that when you get a belt, it's a world championship.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's not America championship, it's a world championship. So we should be seeing these fighters and give them a chance to mix it up and all of this.
Nigga, I don't even think no Americans own any other sanctioning
No,
body.
we don't. Yeah, no, we won. Ain't the IBF New Jersey or some shit like
IBF.
that?
Oh, we own our International Boxing
I
Federation.
think so. Yeah, that's in New Jersey.
Jersey.
Daryl, what's his name?
Okay.
Daryl something. He black or something like that.
Yeah,
Puerto Rican.
That'd
IBF
be my
president
new
is black
favorite
man.
belt then. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's why the
You
IBF
got to do your
got
research. He been through so much. You talking
Rehydration
about crooked
clause,
shit, bro.
the mandatory challenges. Yeah, IBF.
Well, at least
Damn,
it's
bro.
some American cricket shit.
My God, I was like, come on, bro. Like, oh, this is dirty, bro.
I don't know where to throw my support these days.
Right? Like, damn, bro.
Everything cricket.
But yeah, bro, and everything. So like, but I ain't gonna lie though. And also, I'm throwing this out there. This four belt era shit, it's over. They done fucked it up. Too many
Why you say
motherfuckers
that?
became undisputed with these damn belts. They finna add some credit to the IBO. Watch. The IBO is finna watch
fuck
what I'm
that.
telling you.
IBO
Watch
been
what I'm
around
telling you.
forever too. Ain't nobody paying that shit no mind.
Just like the
Yeah,
other
that ain't
ones.
never
Just
gonna
like
be
the other ones. That everybody, it wasn't always a four belt era.
About that belt.
It wasn't always a four belt era.
But it's been a
Everybody
four
didn't
belt
have credit.
era since the fucking 80s now, though,
They
bro.
go right, and I'm telling you, it's just due. Like nobody peep. Like I gave him prop for it. Like fuck that. 5 belt world champion was what's my boy who beat
Or
Bivol?
was that early 90s? I think they made the WBO official for a belt in the early 90s.
But who was that beat
Still 30 years.
Better be. He won 5 belts, not 4.
Talks with the IBO.
Yeah,
he had that too.
Yeah.
Well,
And
make
then
it
I'm
sense
when
with
I'm
the
watching
ring
these
shit.
England
Make
fights,
it
they
sense with
holding
the
on
ring.
to that shit. Like if you watch the England fights on the zone, like they really taking pride in that motherfucker. I'm a champ.
Yeah.
I'm a motherfucking champ. Like damn, they screaming that shit. I just think that they about to try to usher a new era in with it.
Shout out Mark. See, look how long that fucking IBO been around and niggas ain't been fucking with it.
IBO was established the same year as WBO.
Hey, all it takes is get a star that's gonna support it.
I think the WBO that was like the early 90s when they started recognizing that shit where you can
it was the
unify.
early 90s. But all it takes is a star to start recognizing it. And I mean and hold it up. If you get a country behind it, they'll rally with it. Like I said, we ain't over this way. I know we ain't. But I know when I watch it, I'm like, damn, somebody just won that motherfucker. And they was
Hey,
like,
that nigga
man,
Cambosis was psyched
I'm a
when he
champ,
won
man.
it. Cambosis had took the IBO, well, he stole the IBO from Maxie Hughes.
Yeah, I'm a champ.
IBO, I'm the IBO champion.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I ain't heard so much in my life. People screaming that damn motherfucking name. Oh boy, didn't he win that? Didn't he win that from
Oh shit!
I might be wrong. No, it probably
If
wasn't
by
that
some
Leewood
miracle,
fight.
I'm gonna ask y'all the same question I asked Mark. If by some fucking miracle that Bumboses win, is that gonna revitalize his career?
No.
I think it makes him relevant again. He's a champion. I think it makes him relevant. I think it gives, because I think at this point for Cambosis, everybody, I think it's the consensus that everybody just believes it was a fluke. You got lucky and lived off of one name.
Yeah, he's not.
You lost all everybody
he's a
else.
One-hit wonder.
I can see the fans.
He's a one-hit wonder.
I'm not though. I mean, because I'm not.
You can't touch this nigga.
If he could do it again, if Cambosis can somehow, some way do it again and become champion, I would have to give him some credit.
Now, if he become champion again, that's different. Like really going on.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He about to fight in a
title
shot.
shot. Yeah, this is a title shot.
But I'm not sold on old boy though. No,
in my opinion, the journeyman of all journeymans, this is just him gatekeeping to get a quick bag. He only signed the deal. Shout out to Mark. He said the same thing. This is just Cambosis trying to get a bag, nigga. You're a journeyman. Bumbosis, you are not going to revitalize your fucking career. You're the worst Spartan ever. You're not winning. I'm going to sit here and laugh. You look trash.
Right. He killed with that.
He barely won. He barely won his last fight.
This is where we fight.
Bro.
This is where we stand.
They would have threw that nigga off the cliff. He wouldn't even made it to the part where they hold their shields. Nigga. Your shield was cracking. The hunchback was stronger than you, nigga.
Raise your shield.
Like you got Devin Haney did you dirty. This is Haney 2.0 with more power. Good luck. This nigga's not winning. Like, no, you trying to get a bag, George. We seen what you up to. That's all you're trying. You're trying to ride off to the sunset. Well, go ahead and ride off to the sunset and be the bum you are, because you ain't gonna be no career revitalization. Even if you did win by some miracle, like they gonna have to spike the niggas water. It's the only way, nigga.
Yeah, that's the only
You'll
way he
pull
gonna
this off.
outpoint Hitchens for
Like
sure.
he gonna beat your ass.
DJ say start singing your one hit wonders again, Punch.
I saw you walking in the rain.
You,
Hey, that's my shit.
you do
Fuck
that.
that.
It's a one hit wonder of
That's
one
my
hit
shit,
wonders.
though.
Ain't that hot into a million pieces? Oh, y'all don't know nothing about that. My bad. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
Nigga, he straight start saying Orange Juice Julius. Nigga, that's my shit right there, bro. I saw you
Hey,
and him walking
walking
in the
in the
rain.
rain.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah, I've
shit.
never heard that song. Who was
What?
that?
Oh my god, bro!
He
He
was
snapped at the end of
holding
that song, bro.
hands and I
Now
never be the same.
That nigga was hard, bro.
Who?
He was hard, bro.
Never
Hey.
heard of him.
Yeah, I cancel all your motherfucking credit cards. I started to Rambo on your ass. But I
That
ain't
was
wanna
the
fuck up
pinnacle of
mink
that
coat.
nigga's career.
He took
Nobody
all that
ever
shit in the
forgot that
video, bro.
goddamn song.
That shit was hard, bro.
Never heard of it.
He called
I
his
thought, I
girlfriend.
thought he was talking about the like the movie that the shit was like based upon, like where
No,
the
that's a
term one
real
hit
song.
wonder came from.
No, that's a one hit
that's a
wonder. Like
real
on the list
song.
of
That
one
dude had
hit
a whole.
wonders,
He got
bro.
three. I think
He's
he had
like
3
number
albums.
3 on
I
the
got
list
the-
of
I got the
top
album,
one
bro.
hit wonders.
So y'all ain't never seen the movie That Thing You Do? Tom Hanks. That Thing You Do, The Wonders. Their name
Hey,
was
DJ said we
the
clipping this for the
their
YouTube shorts.
name was The Wonders. So you call it, so when a nigga had one and all they had was one hit, so that's why they call them the one hit wonders. But the name of their band was The Wonders. No, oh, y'all gotta Google that shit, man. It's a Tom Hanks movie called That Thing You Do.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
I
based
seen that.
on
I seen that. I was trying to
The
think. Was it
Wonders.
Tom Hanks in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
was in
I'm
the
talking
'90s. Yeah,
about.
I seen that movie.
But
It went over my head when I first watched it though, because I was young as fuck. But I watched it again as an adult. I got it, but at first I
yeah, that shit was a good movie though.
Was a good movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. That nigga Turkey got that fuck you money, and when it come to Dana, he don't give a fuck. He cut everybody off at the knees if he need to, bro.
Yeah,
And the cold part about it is you'll still fuck with Turkey because he got the money. You know what I mean? All is forgiven. What would make niggas forgive you faster than a motherfucker? Some money. So
yeah, everybody falling in line quick, and that brings me to the last topic. You know, me and Slick we was talking about it before you came in, but I definitely wanted to hear your opinion
on what.
This. So I told you, no Punch is always following the boxing, the wires, everything, social media, all the top guys. I'm following everything
for sure.
All right, and the thing that's been gaining a ton of traction is Turkey Al-Sheikh been in contact with Gervonta Davis.
What?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
What do you think? This is a true?
What they talked on Twitter?
Or they're talking, but I think they're talking heavy. They're talking
on what they had talked on Twitter.
No, to his people. He's trying to make something happen with taking Shakur for real.
Okay.
Now he got everybody talk this same shit about the Canelo Crawford fight. Look what's happening, niggas. Y'all was calling me crazy for a long time, nigga. Turkey
Turkey always left the door open.
Yeah, Turkey gets shit done, bro.
I mean, he always
Shakur was throwing hints out. I don't know if you watched this one, the Hot 97 interview he did. Shakur was throwing hints out. Like, you know what I mean? I was catching them, nigga. They Turkey's behind the scenes talking to Tank's people, and they got their ear.
He should, man. Matter of fact, he need to go ahead and make him an ambassador. Look at all the niggas he done made ambassador, man.
Damn right.
It's a damn shame Tank ain't.
Remember Canelo talked that shit. Canelo was talking that same shit. I ain't never gonna talk.
But I really don't think Tank. Because here's my thing for Tank. Turkey represents fighting the best out there. I don't think Tank want to do that, bro.
Money talk heavy.
Yeah, money talk.
If he throw Tank $100 million, he's getting him in the ring, bro.
Hell yeah.
Quickly.
Hell yeah.
Quickly.
Even though Tank called everybody in that picture, including Turkey, a dick eater.
If he put $100 million, even 80, 50 to 100 in front of Gervonta Davis is going to think about that. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, he'll bend it over and twerk for the turkey.
Fucking right. So
Yeah,
so the fact that it was just a matter of time, and we all knew it. Just a
Tank
matter.
could bend that ass over.
Because soon we seen Canelo bend the knee. It was just a matter of time for Tank did too. Because he
Yeah.
threw Canelo 400 million. And Canelo said, "Oh shit." Yeah.
Tank could toot that ass up one time.
You know what I mean? Because remember Canelo did. Threw Canelo 400 million. Bam. Canelo said, "Oh,
Yeah.
Turkey Alashik is my man. I'm fighting in Riyadh."
Yeah. that nigga Canelo tooted that ass up, boy. Tank could toot that ass up too, man.
Yeah. It makes sense to me. I think it's true. I don't think it's a rumor. I think that Shakur Stevenson and Devontae Davis will be fighting next year.
So hold on. So this sources is saying that they
Yes.
are speaking.
And a couple.
So was this like a Mike Coppinger report or Dan Raphael?
Big dogs.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'm in.
Big dogs that make you believe. That's what I said. I wouldn't be talking about this if the big dogs wasn't talking about this.
Yeah, I did not hear that today, bro.
All them niggas who never threw a punch in their life out there just talking shit about fuck y'all. I'm talking about the niggas who got history in this shit and actually got credible resources and sources who be like,
nigga, that's the only niggas I have.
He said it.
Yeah, they not putting it out or somebody reputable. For sure.
Sources say that Turkey Alashik is in contact with Devontae Davis. Oh, that's all I need to hear. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, Stevenson on Hot 97 talking about, man, I believe the Devontae Davis fight, that's gonna happen. Y'all just wait and see, it's gonna happen. His Excellency is a bad motherfucker. He is.
Yeah.
And the nigga got unlimited resources, bro. He's gonna make it happen, bro. Like I said, everybody thought Crawford and Canelo was never gonna happen. Money talk, brother.
He made that shit happen.
So that don't seem too far fetched to me, and it makes me.
And it's
excited.
Crazy because that wasn't even a fight we was asking for, and he making that happen. It seemed like he don't fuck with David though. Why he don't fuck with David Benavidez, man?
I don't know.
Why David Benavidez ain't no ambassador, man?
Like David Benavidez comes off as like a
nigga, did you just go get a 45 of this fucking song?
Yeah, right. I got the full album. I look for the full album. This is my shit right here, bro.
I've never heard of this shit. What is it called?
That was a series, like, bro. That was like one of the top
Orange
all time, bro.
Jones.
His name is Oren. His nickname was Juice Jones.
Hey, Slick went and dug out the album, bro.
I got the full album too, bro.
This nigga
it took me a minute to find the full album, bro.
It was funny ass video. Hey, yo, don't worry, Heavy. I'm gonna put the video up in the group chat, bro.
Crazy work,
bro.
Yo, that's crazy. The video's funny as hell, bro. I'm gonna put the video.
I grew up on that song, bro. He snapped on.
Hey, bro, come on, now, dog.
Same here.
Come on, man.
He snapped on old girl at the end of that song, bro.
My favorite part.
I started Rambo, Jack Rambo, your ass, but I don't want to fuck that
nigga went and got
the matter of fact, give it here. I said, damn.
That nigga went and got the 45.
Hell yeah. I collect, but I collect records though. I collect vinyl.
That nigga.
Fun fact about Slick for those who didn't know.
That's what's up. Hey, my wife just picked up some good shit. Like she was doing a project, right? Mm-hmm. My uncle's turning 70, and on the 24th, he's having a Soul Train party, right? So it's a 70s party, and we gonna get my baby. She gonna be a foxy mama out there. Boy, we finna be Ike and Tina Turner. But no, she goes to a fucking yard sale, picks up like a dozen 45s. Bro, I look in there, it's fucking the old shit, man. The classic shit. Chuck Berry, fucking Lil Richard. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, these joints might be worth something. Like she got some 50-year-old 45s, bro.
What? The Chuck Berry invented rock and roll, nigga.
Did they is those 45s worth anything, Slick?
Sometimes it
depends on the condition, bro.
It's like everything else, bro. You talking about some motherfucking one hit wonders? I got one for y'all. Y'all gonna laugh at this shit.
I can't believe y'all ain't never seen that thing you do.
What y'all know about this album?
Oh man, this nigga crazy.
Oh Lord.
That nigga pulled out Eddie Murphy, bro. I
But
know
that's
that album, bro.
before.
See,
Bruh.
That's
my
before
uncle,
Party Girl, right?
my
Is
uncle
that
was
before
a-
this
Party
is
Girl?
this the album, bro. Party
Yeah,
all
that's
the
the
time.
album.
Oh,
This
my
that part-
girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
My girl wants to party all the time,
Swear, bro.
party all the
yeah.
time,
My uncle was a
party
DJ.
all
He
the
educated me on
time.
all that shit, bro. So like, yeah, he always be listening.
I
To
got
that.
tons
Oh,
of
my
mine,
nigga
bro.
Eddie.
Eddie was getting all that money in the 80s, all of
You
it.
lying, bro.
Eddie had a little voice on him though, man. Eddie won't horrible.
No, he wasn't.
They just didn't take him serious.
He had did
bro.
a joint with Mike
He
too.
was
Y'all
like,
remember that
Yeah,
shit
that
he
song
did with
on there.
Mike?
That song on there, bro.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
remember the
Word.
video. They was on clouds and shit.
And Cloud, yeah. Eddie had the beater. Eddie had the White's beat on.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song that he had with Mike?
Oh man, what song was that?
What was the name of that song he had with Mike? Fire.
Damn,
did have a
I gotta
song.
find a record. I just slid it, mixed it back in. Hold on.
I can't remember. I remember that shit though.
I know "Party All the Time." That was Rick James who wrote that.
That nigga Eddie. Shout out Eddie Murphy, man.
Eddie was locked in with all the top dogs of the 80s.
Straight goat.
Was it I Wish? It don't got featuring or no features on here though, but it's on here though.
I don't know. Only wish I know is R. Kelly.
I think it's I Wish. That's what I believe it is.
Bro,
But
okay.
yeah, this dude, man, bro, Eddie came out. I had to.
Yeah, DJ. We got our afros and shit, bro. And you know, I'm trying to get the butterfly collar with the tight bell bottoms. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, I'm coming down the Soul Train line, and it's crazy. I'm coming down the Soul Train line, crazy.
Nigga about to pull out the polyester outfit, bro.
I'm pop locking, bro. I'm pop locking down the Soul Train line.
Robot, nigga, robot.
You feel me? Yeah. I'm. You feel me? I see you dancing machine. Watch it get down. Man, I'm jamming to all that shit. Matter of fact, I'm pulling up with my DJ requests and everything. I need all that J5, all that old Al Green, everything.
That's funny as hell.
For sure. Gonna get the raw.
Hey, here go heavy coming out like this, bro. Heavy coming out.
Nah, that's the 80s right there, bro.
That's
That's
the
the
80s
80s.
for real.
Come out like Force MDs, nigga,
Greasy
in the
ass
wrong
Jerry
era and
curls,
shit.
man.
You gonna pop up in the wrong era,
Look at
like
them
oh,
Jerry
fuck.
curls, bro.
Greasy
A
ass
mullet, that's a
Jerry curls.
mullet Jerry curl. Bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
hated
soul
that
glow.
shit.
Motherfucker was happy to have an album,
My
nigga.
motherfucking grandparents had Jerry curls, man. That shit was crazy.
Damn. That's full
Hey, this-
force, bro.
Hell yeah, Force MDs, nigga. This album, the shit,
Damn
bro.
right. Bro, I never knew that was their song. That was their song and House Party.
For real.
Bro, me and my
Yeah.
wife just realized that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it
How
was
that
funny
shit
as hell
go?
to see the full force with singers, bro. Hilarious.
Man, I never knew them niggas was singing, bro.
It blew me away too heavy when I found out they
Wow,
were
bro.
singers, bro. Them niggas look like straight up rappers. Niggas sing like a motherfucker. I was like, that was them singing this song?
Yeah,
What
that
the
shit
fuck?
is hilarious.
Wow.
Oh, damn, how that shit go? Oh, why you wanna mess around with so many girl? We used to have fun.
That shit is funny
Yeah,
as
that house party shit. That was full force,
Hey,
bro.
yo, that was full force, bro. I was like, what the man? When I
And see,
seen
DJ and Mark, y'all probably don't know who they are, but like they was some cock diesel, like big.
they was
50
the
Cent
motherfuckers from
Bruh.
House
muscle
Party that
bound
said, I smell
motherfuckers.
Hell
pussy.
yeah.
That was
Like
them.
they was some big muscle bound
Big
motherfuckers, but they was
Hey, here it
singing.
is. My dude was a shit, bro. Check him out. Check him out. Check him out.
Who the
Man, this nigga funny as hell.
This nigga was an R&B dude, but he was a pimp, bro. Swear, bro. My dude.
Who is that?
Orange Juice Julius.
Oh,
This the
Orange.
I found the full album, bro.
I've never heard that song, bro. I gotta hear that song. I gotta listen to
This
that.
album was the truth,
Bro, that
bro.
shit, he made the banger of the year and then never
He had
dropped
that song
another hit.
Curiosity and fucking The Rain was his two biggest hits, bro.
Slick just a fucking collector, bro. You got all kind of crazy shit in them. That nigga got Pokemon cards and all.
Hell yeah. No, I don't fuck with Pokemon, bro. I ain't got no damn
Nigga
Pokemon.
got
Fuck that.
Teletubbies and all kind of
Hey, yo,
beanie
Slick,
babies,
DJ
all
said
kind
you
of
got the
shit.
old Walkman back there too.
I had one. I had one, but I couldn't fix it.
Hey, yo, I had a Discman. Probably about 10 years ago, I still had a Discman.
For real?
Yeah.
No, I had a Walkman, but you know when you had to buy that
Yeah, I had a
magnetizing tape and they
Walkman,
wouldn't
too.
fix it. So
Everybody had the Walkman, man, back in the day.
hell
Well,
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy made me nostalgic as fuck.
And yeah, we all older now. So we all in our 40s and shit. So
Well,
yeah,
I
we
got-
all
I
had
got-
Walkmans and shit coming
Hell
up.
yeah, and CD players.
Yeah.
iPod killed all that shit off.
Bro, but see, I came up broke. I'm a project baby, man. I ain't get a CD. It was already I think I got my first CD player in like 2001 or some shit.
Oh yeah, I jacked my
2002.
first one, bro. Jacked the fuck out of it.
Word.
Boy, I got
Keeping it a buck, my nigga. I
first CD
stole that
player
shit.
came from Dollar General, bro, and it was trash, bro. That motherfucker wouldn't work.
Yeah, I
for
jacked my
shit,
first
bro.
one, then got the
That
got one.
motherfucker skip tracks on your ass and halfway through the song and shit.
Yeah, damn.
I never. My grandma
Dollar
was like, "I got you
General.
one." Yep. That motherfucker, and it was fat. That motherfucker was fat, bro.
Bro, hell no, man.
Ah.
Dollar
That son of a-
General?
Yeah, it was Dollar General, bro. And that motherfucker was fat, bro. Every time you pushed the button, it clicked. It was like click, like man, bro. I was so mad, bro.
How old were you?
Man, I was like, what? I want to say maybe I was like 12, 13 years old, somewhere around
And they
there.
were selling CD players in the Dollar General?
Yeah, that motherfucker was an off-brand like a
Because if you
motherfucker.
12, 13, that means it's like 93, 94 or some shit, bro.
That
Damn.
motherfucker was trash, bro.
One of them big ones, yo.
And it was fat, bro. And I got hip, man. My grandma used to be like, you too smart. Because the battery, man, that motherfucker's juice batteries, bro. So I taped some damn D batteries down there and ran wires to that motherfucker so they thinking it was gonna make it last longer, bro. That
DJ
shit was
said we
garbage,
all
bro.
older than the internet and the microwave.
Yeah,
Microwave
Right.
was for me. I was born a little bit after the microwave. That came in
Nigga,
1970.
microwave was meant for popcorn.
I remember when the internet
That
came
was it.
around, bro. I was in
Yeah, the
middle
internet.
school.
Yeah, I was around when that first
I
hit.
think
like,
I was in like
internet had everybody like, what the fuck is that? And Bluetooth had everybody like, what the fuck is that? What the
I'm
fuck
be
is
honest,
that?
I didn't give
with
a
the
fuck about the internet.
AOL. Well, I don't know if that's when the,
The
internet
dial-up.
started, but I
Nigga,
remember like the
Yeah, dial-up
AOL
heavy.
dial-up
Remember
shit.
dial-up?
It
Dial-up
was
was some
dial-up.
bullshit. You
Yeah.
get no phone calls.
I used to go to the library. That's the only way I could get on the internet. Go to the library in school.
Bro, internet cafes.
You got
Remember
the
that shit, bro?
AOL
Go to
CD,
go to
boy,
the-
that
go to the
30-day
cafe
trial.
and get on the internet, bro. There was some crazy shit. It ain't around
Niggas
no
used
more.
to be
but,
in
yeah.
crazy chat rooms.
Yeah,
Chat rooms was cracking.
Be on that Yahoo chat. That was the shit, bro. Remember, motherfucker, then you could see each other, but you couldn't hear each other and shit.
Hey,
You had
they
to
was
type.
cracking,
You could
bro.
see each other, but you couldn't even talk.
Meeting girls in the chat room and
Damn
looking up
right.
song lyrics. That's all I
Yo.
used to do on the internet. Look up
Swear to
song
God.
lyrics
Swear to God.
and fucking chat.
And then
When like
and then
crazy
Napster
shit started
came
happening,
and
I
Kazaa
look-
came
man,
out
my
of
brother
nowhere
used to
and
look up
ruined
wild
everything.
shit,
Boy, I
like-
was downloading
Like
every
when they remember when
motherfucking
they
song ever.
when them terrorists start chopping niggas' heads off, we looked that up on the internet. I regret it. I should have never did that. When I seen that for the first time, I said, "Ooh,
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
And
yeah.
that like the
I think that's
movies,
when
my
I really
nigga.
got
That's
on it.
my early 20s. I
My
remember
stomach
seeing
started
that shit.
twisting
Yeah.
and
There used to
turning,
be
and I
a
said,
website
"Oh
called
shit,
Steak and Cheese
yeah,
that
that
posted all that shit.
terrified me, bro." I said, "Oh, thank God I ain't like that." Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, that shit
no.
was crazy.
So like, yeah, I had to, but I thought it was bullshit. I didn't think they really put shit like that on the internet. This is at a time when you don't really know what's
I
really
used to
on there.
put all that shit.
Dumbass
all that
kids and
shit.
shit. Man,
Punch,
that fucked me up,
punch.
bro. I never forgot it.
Punch, you had the Bedazzled MySpace page too.
Oh man, bro,
I never got into that type of
MySpace-
shit like MySpace and all that shit.
and
Yo.
no,
Facebook
it was
the
Black
first
Planet
one I
at
ever
first.
tried.
Remember Black Planet? Black Planet
Yup,
was
I was
the
on
shit.
Black
Planet.
Planet.
Yeah, hell
I was
yeah.
on Black
Black
Planet.
Planet was the truth. Then
They had the
MySpace came
phone
out.
chat too. Black Panther had the
Yep.
phone chat
Yep.
Yeah,
and the internet shit.
Boy,
I
I
was
left
on Black
MySpace
Planet
alone when
first and
people
then
start putting
Facebook, but I never
SpongeBob
did
and
MySpace,
Jordans and
though.
shit on their page, and all. I said, "What the fuck is going on now, bro?"
I
Yeah.
thought
My shit
social
was
media
all
was
straight hip hop. Like all MySpace was like a collage of all the greatest hip hop albums.
Yeah, that shit was
I remember that
wild,
shit
bro.
like it was yesterday.
Motherfuckers learn how to take codes and post them on their shit and get graphics on there and shit.
What
That
the
shit
fuck
was
happened to MySpace? Is that shit still a thing?
Facebook blew it out the water and then bought
Yeah,
it.
Facebook blew it out the water. Which we call still on it though, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Facebook blew that shit out the water, nigga.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake was trying to turn it into like a music thing, you could look up artists on there and shit.
Word.
That was the last time I heard.
Fucking
But believe it or
Facebook.
not, people still be on MySpace, but not like Facebook just took over everything.
Yeah, that's what I was at. So, so you can actually still log into a
You can
MySpace?
still log into your MySpace right now.
Damn. That's crazy.
It's still up and running. It's just that their Facebook exploded on a way nobody ever seen coming.
Hell yeah. Nigga, the whole world damn near on Facebook.
Once all the businesses start running through Facebook and like that, then it was over for everything. They took over everything when they started doing that.
Damn. Well, this conversation went left like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man, but that was fun though. Like I like how we like. That's how we all really cool. Like more than just internet niggas, man, because we talk about real shit, and that's why I fuck with you niggas.
Word.
But yeah, man, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. I appreciate you niggas for coming up. I'm gonna catch both of y'all lives for some reason.
I'm going live tomorrow.
You never pop up on my shit, bro. So I'll be having to like catch niggas. I'll be having to check every day and shit. You know, I'm gonna start doing that again.
Now, I'll be live tomorrow night, 10 p.m. man, for sure.
All right, I'm definitely
wanting to get them Tuesdays and Thursdays in, man. That's ideal.
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure I'll be there.
I stayed over here.
I know Slick usually go live Friday or
Monday.
Saturday. So
I usually go Monday,
I'm gonna
Wednesday,
look out for him.
Fridays.
Oh,
hey,
yeah, you ain't got no monetization, man. Let me play my theme music one time. I ain't heard this in so long.
But they call me the Superman lover.
This gonna be rocking too.
Call me the Superman lover. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be rocking on the 70s John too, man. My nigga Johnny Guitar.
Let's get it.
Oh, Johnny Guitar. Yeah, I mean, when I get in my old school, that's my theme music right there. When I spin the block and you hear that Superman bumping, it's your boy.
So you just gave me an idea. I think for the first time tonight, I'm gonna go out with some music. So yeah, man. Thanks for everybody popping up. All my homies and shit, man. I appreciate you, niggas.